are you feeling?
My computer annoys me sometimes. Discord was working 10 minutes ago, but it decided to commit Zaboomafoo, and I'm not sure why.
I will kill you. I will kill you. I will kill
I'm
you.
trying to uninstall then reinstall.
Discord?
Yeah.
Have fun with that during the game.
Oh,
Well,
no.
Like no, it's only on my computer that it's a problem.
Mm.
Mason, if it cheers you up at all, I just rolled your D100.
Woo!
100. You're fucked.
I can't tell you what the number was.
You died
But,
instantly, but it was painless.
My laughter should be indicative enough of
Well, Catherine, how sadistic have you become since I last saw you?
I made Joey cry yesterday in game, so.
Oh,
I mean,
so you got
that's not
inspiration.
exactly.
You did it!
So I hold the great honor of being the first DM to make Joey cry in character.
Yeah.
So.
Damn
Good
it!
lord.
Hell yeah, baby!
How did you beat me?
I had it really lucky because their character was already kind of fucked up.
Oh, was it
but
Hannah?
yeah, it's Hannah. It was a good time.
I've never had Joey in a game. Joey was gonna join my game, and then, you know.
You're a busy bean.
Yeah.
Alrighty, gang. We had to get going.
No.
We're about to unmask Old Man Jenkins.
Yo,
So
this Furbog stabs Pepper during fight.
he didn't shoot the arrow. Honestly, probably just from the last time you guys, in the moment that Smokes got hit, you probably just heard an old Furbog man going, ah!
Oh, do we want cat cam for a minute?
Poor guy.
Oh, sure. Of course. A cat cam break's very important.
Oh, cool. I will set up cat cam since we're not doing too much, but you can go on.
Alright, so just to kind of recap from our last session. You guys went inside the Troll's Cave, did some investigating, found large quantities of rotting baked goods. No one will make any gagging sounds. Professor and Volath picked some up. Smokes went and did some smoky things off in the distance, found some remains of a campsite, thought a loot spelled L-U-T-E was actually L-O-O-T. We learned a very important way English language works, in which words can be spelled differently but sound the same. Oh my god, look at that cat! Very cute.
Good bean.
When the group reunited, Volath tried and failed to throw a pie at Smokes. Guys did some other stuff, buried the bodies of the troll's most recent victims. Naomi said some prayers, had a cat sit on his foot. You guys headed back to town. You met with Howard again. He gave you your reward. Most of you gave it back. Then you guys went to town, went kind of into town, found Howard's wife's bakery. You had like little slips to give you the chance to get some pies for free, but you guys decided to be real A+ citizens, support your local businesses, and just buy it from her directly. You guys stopped by the stables on your way out. Professor tested some horse-related things, and Volath had a conversation briefly with a horse, made a real emotional connection. You guys headed back on the road to Purcell. Along your way, you guys passed a little family of traveling halflings. Naomi and the professor wowed them with some very nice magic tricks. And then while you guys were camping on the road, one evening you're approached by an older furbolg gentleman who made some poor travel decisions. And you guys offered to escort him back home to his town, Alcote by the sea, which was kind of just a little ways off the road from Purcell that you guys were on. So you guys start off in the morning, get a little ways down the road, split off on the road to Alcote. When suddenly a bush shoots an arrow at Smokes, which is where
Smokes is familiar with bushes shooting weird things at him.
very dramatic. All right, so as let me get roll 20 going.
Oh, you're going.
As y'all are
I'll turn off cat cam.
hanging out. Oh, I'm sorry.
If we're doing
Y'all are just kind of heading down the street. I need to arrange things to people again, don't I? Damn it.
Heck.
Give me a second.
R.I.P. kicking.
I'll turn on cat cam when we're not like doing combat or anything.
We're in the middle of it. Oh, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's right?
My initiative's -1.
Aha.
Okay, you guys should all have access to your own tokens now.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so you
We
guys are
got
heading down the
number
road.
4.
Okay.
Do some snagling.
Keep the
There we
token
go.
for the old man.
I probably should get a token.
Well, he's on me, so.
Yeah.
We'll make Grandpa number 6.
Computer Y.
Because I was.
Okay.
I think I
He's
remember I
vibing
was
with y'all.
walking next to.
But where's 5?
Pepper.
Oh god.
Sorry, Pepper was over here. Both was over here.
There.
Old man, we'll just say him here. Jane picking up the back. Smokes in the front with Naomi. Good enough.
Good enough.
Sure.
That looks good.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are walking along, and suddenly an arrow shoots out of this here bush over here, smacks into Smokes. I guess arrow is a bit of a misnomer. It's more of a crossbow bolt. And Smokes, this thing, it doesn't hurt too terribly, but it is like deeply wedged in your shoulder now. So your arm is just like hanging there limp next to you. You kind of look at it, look at the bush, look at it, look at the bush. When suddenly from behind the bush, turns out the bush didn't shoot you at all. It was a grimy looking bandit gentleman who is now accompanied by a small assortment of his friends, who seem to be blocking the path in front of you. They're kind of just a grimy bunch of lads. They're scruffy, they're dirty, they're very thin and gaunt looking in the cheeks. Their armor is tattered pieces of leather sewn together. They have a bit of a wild look in their eyes. And the number 1 here is holding a crossbow that he's currently reloading, while the others are holding an assortment of clubs and knives. They kind of just narrow their eyes at the group of you and say, "Give us your money."
Can I do something in response to this?
What would you like to do?
I want to climb Voleth.
Boleth, are you allowing yourself to be climbed?
Yes, yes. Battle
Of course.
positions.
I have
I just
climbed.
get like a
I will
ladder on my
commit
back.
That's what you
Am I
guys do
allowed
when
to
you're in town, Nick.
I'll draw my weapons and that'll be it.
All right. Mason, you were saying something?
Am I allowed to swear on this fine Christian server?
It's past a minute.
Yes.
Fuck.
Okay,
no, you
I
can't.
guess I'm. Smokes just looks down at shoulder, looks at bandits, shoulder, bandits. Screw you guys!
The
You
ultimate
shot
cleanse.
me!
It's so PC.
Screw you guys.
I love it.
What the heck?
Well,
you know
call
what?
me.
He's got.
Yeah.
You know what? He's a
He's
a
a
gentleman.
father of 6. It's okay. He needs to stop
That's fair.
cursing.
It's a good
Oh
point.
god.
I was gonna drop the F-bomb, but you said I couldn't, so I did not.
Dude,
You
I
can
said,
curse.
I said fuck, no, you can't.
I was gonna say, like...
However,
you
I
got-
do like the idea of Spokes trying not to curse because he's trying to keep up a good
He
behavior.
doesn't know if the halfling children are hiding behind him or not.
Pulls the bolt out. Fudge.
We're in the good place now.
Fudge.
Alright.
We need to go to a bakery.
That's finished,
Fudge.
actually.
Pepper,
No, yeah.
the fur-bulk gentleman on top of you, gives a bit of a sound. He was a little screech for you. And he kind of just knots his hands into, I guess, your mane, your hair.
He has really long hair, yeah.
Yeah, and just is terrified looking. Is there anything you're doing?
Pepper does not outwardly react, but he is going to move backwards very slowly.
Okay.
So, however far he can get, like, actually, he's probably only going to be like this far.
Here, I will give you control of the old man.
Please.
Take him with you.
Give me control of the old man.
Hey,
But,
so,
yeah,
where's
You have the
Five?
power.
Yay!
Yeah, I can't control any of them, so that might be mine.
Did I not give
Smoke.
you? Yeah,
Control.
Smokes, S.
Am I on the wrong one? Give me a second. All I see is numbers.
Zoom out.
Scroll to the left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
It's a bit of a,
Those
it's
are
a bit of a
bandit
long
boys.
lap.
Okay.
Look at
We're
that.
going horizontal today.
Oop,
I
I'm gonna
that's your-
move up to form like a kind of line formation.
phalanx.
Ooh.
Just gonna roaming it out.
Very classy.
We're
Alright,
forming like
Naomi.
a phallus position.
Naomi, are you doing
Okay.
anything?
They said, give us your money.
They did say give us your money.
I'm just gonna look at them and be like, unfortunately, I kind of need that. No. That's all.
How about no?
First bandit takes some offense at that, but understandable. He's trying to do his job. You're trying to do your job. It's a bit of an impasse. And he just kind of very eloquently spits on the ground and says, "Then we'll take it from you."
Oh, so we're
Roll
going to-
initiative.
Oh.
Ah.
Woo!
Alright.
I need to
Roll
get
They
some
weren't
dice
very
out.
Initiative.
Oh, I have
Gotta
to set up an
use some
initiative. Oh
dice.
no.
I need to actually. I have a mat. I need to actually roll on that. Cool.
So,
Okay.
Kath, presumably I can't use that arm that got the arm that got ganked.
You have yet to try to use it. But even just trying to move it to grab your bow is kind of like, bad feels.
I
Okay.
think in light of that, I think Smokes would probably just use his good arm to just grab his short sword. One of them at least.
Good enough.
With the
Christ,
23, can I
Jesus
oh, sorry,
Christ,
Spider,
dude.
go on.
Goodness.
I said Jesus fuck Django.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 19. I have +4.
Good luck. Good luck.
Can
I have +0.
instead of having to hold attack, can I just go on Voleth's initiative?
Would you like to do that?
I would love to.
Sounds like
Okay.
fun.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I can do so much more then.
So I got 8.
Good job. Let me
That
give-
means I rolled a 2, by the way.
That's okay.
Don't worry. I rolled a 9 and got an 8.
Hey.
That's the correct number.
One of these days, I'm gonna get a dexterity character that rolls well on initiative.
I just want to say, all these bandits rolled pretty good, minus the one dude who got a 4.
Ooh.
He's just a little slow, okay?
I have the higher dex, I assume, than number 3. Can we go first? I'm really pushing for it. You can say no, obviously.
What's your dex modifier?
4.
Boleth.
Me, Dex mod is 1.
This one's also 1. Heads or tails?
Ooh, I'm gonna say
And Lewis has my 1 in 20 die. I need to text him.
I'm gonna go tails.
Okay, you get to go ahead of the other. All right, how's that looking? So correct. Hello?
Yeah,
I don't
guess so.
see us on there.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you see the initiative thing?
We can see
Only
the
the
bandit
bandits.
ones.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? All right, well, I'm gonna redo it then. Oh, it's because it's for the.
Technical difficulties.
I hate.
It's not online D&D without technical difficulties.
I'm doing my best.
Yay!
Oh, I see some.
We have
First
numbers
rule of
going.
computers, always assume it'll go wrong.
Okay.
We can do our
Old
own
man
initiative, by the
is
way,
spooky. Oh, you can.
I did it.
considering they are our tokens.
True.
I put a wrench next to Smokes because someone threw a wrench in his gears, which
He's
is a hole
screwed.
in his shoulder.
I hate you.
You said you got an 8, Smokes?
Yay. Yeah.
Alright. I'm presuming you have a higher dex than Naomi.
Most likely.
Okay.
I have a -1. There's pretty sure.
Oh, and I gotta redo math. Did I not give Voleth a turn? Oh, because Voleth's underneath. Oh, Jane. That's why I couldn't see his
Oh,
piece.
I'm here. I'm here.
I was
forget
like,
about
wait a
Voleth.
minute. Okay,
Wait a minute.
there we go. And then number 3, Voleth goes before number 3. Jane also goes before number 3.
The old man gets a 1.
He's spooked, okay?
R.I.P.
Okay, I believe that is correct.
I love how he's spooked and the horse is not
You do.
spooked.
Look, the
Because
horse has a
horse
PhD.
is a psychopath.
Yeah.
The horse
Yes.
actually has 3 PhDs.
Sorry, sociopath.
All right, easy on the flex there.
Doesn't that
What
also
are-
make you a
what
psychopath?
What are all of
Shut up.
Pepper's PhDs in?
What are Pepper's PhDs in?
Linguistics.
2 of them are in linguistics, and 1 of them is actually in childcare.
I would not trust this man with my. That's okay.
Oh,
Um,
you would do an
He
experiment.
wanted it purely to try and understand how he works, and it didn't work.
That checks out.
No
What was his
experiments.
dissertation over then? My own childhood, trying to understand.
How
The
many
man
years
behind
of
the
school
horse?
Did he have to
The man.
go through
Would be
to
the
get a
man in front of the
PhD on
horse.
something that didn't
Yeah,
have to
fair.
It's like doing it for anthropology.
Yeah, it was essentially anthropology. It's actually a little niche PhD that I found, and it's just labeled as childcare. But what it actually is you like taking like a bunch of home ec classes and becoming a master of music,
Can I?
but like not playing music, reading music.
Why am I going
Okay,
to
then.
culinary school? Can I get a PhD with that? I'll take home ec
Get, like,
classes.
dinner now.
Alrighty, gang. So for the initial part of our combat, Mr. Bandit Man, true to his word in wanting to murder you to get your money, sends another crossbow bolt sailing towards our main man Smokes. However, thankfully, Despair smokes his other shoulder. It goes safely careening past his ear. And Mr. Bandit Man just kinda...
Robin Hood's the
It
other
cuts
bolt
your
and also
double
digs into his shoulder.
strap.
Imagine.
You
All right,
now are blind.
And he spits unhappily at that. Number 2, armed with a club, starts boogieing forward.
Number 2, Electric Boogaloo.
He's got his club hold. He's just coming at you like, ah! Like, points for enthusiasm.
Ah!
Lost points for the fact this man looks like he hasn't had vegetables to eat in about 3 years. Boleth, your turn.
Do it then.
Okie dokie.
Do it.
What's my? I got 40 feet
Leeway.
walking speed. So.
Did you say you have 40 feet?
Yeah.
He only has 2 feet.
Jeez. Jeez.
Easy.
And are you wearing
They got-
tennis shoes? Because I only have 10 issues.
Yeah, I got fast movement when I don't have heavy armor, so I get an extra.
You
token.
can just like click and drag and
Yeah.
highlight.
Is
both of us.
diagonal? Is that like 5 feet if I go diagonal?
Yeah, I do diagonal.
Okay.
You can highlight both
That's
of our
10.
tokens, and then you can just move both of them together.
Yes, I gave you permission to do both.
Can I like stick them together?
Yeah, like highlight. Like you're picking multiple files on it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, this is big brain right here.
Mhm.
All right, that's as far as I can go.
Alright, you doing anything?
I don't think I can reach him. Well, I guess.
Talk with animals to a bird and tree nearby.
Don't worry.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I
it'll
have
take
10
10 minutes
minutes.
to do that.
Sit around. It's like, guys, hold them off for 10 minutes so I can call in the birds.
You know what? I'm literally protecting you. I can make 3 attacks right now.
Nice.
I'll make that five
Well,
for
if I can.
you could raise.
Yeah, I only got a 5-foot reach on my greatsword, so I guess I can throw my javelin at him.
You get disadvantage from 10 feet away on a javelin.
I don't
Okay,
think
then.
so.
I.
There's no disadvantage unless they're right next to it.
No, it's 5
All
feet.
right.
Melee
They're
range.
within combat range for that character.
Yeah, melee.
I mean, you can,
That's it. Melee.
yeah, you can chuck that javelin.
All right.
It basically leaves your hand and hits him, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
Roll to hit.
All right. Javelin. Is a.
It's like jumping to slap somebody. It's not gonna make much of a difference, but it'll work.
Fair.
Gravity kind of lends an assist, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta figure out where it is. There we go. All right. That is a 19 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
All right. It will be 9 piercing damage.
So this javelin leaves your hand and goes about a few inches, probably max, maybe a foot. It enters this bandit's sternum, and he just kind of takes a stumbling step back, And there's just a javelin sticking out of his chest. He kind of looks down at it, like eyes wide. He kind of looks back up at you and back down at the javelin, then back up at you, and he gives like a little cough and some blood spatters down his chin. He's still upright, but the color is quickly fading from his face.
Oh
That
god.
was a lot.
I'm gonna be honest. Out of character, I was just gonna knock them all unconscious.
Well, I don't think this man's going to be
No.
conscious for much longer, but
I
I
don't
think he's
think
going to be
so.
dead afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think.
Think about that.
All right, anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Boleth?
Second attack.
I know,
Stare at
second
the other
attack.
bandits.
You do.
I
Do you have another javelin though?
have 4 javelins.
Then yes, you could.
Hit him with another one right next to the first one.
Robin Hood the javelins.
You
Okay.
split your
All right.
javelin.
I'm gonna hit him with another javelin. That's a natural 1 to hit.
Just can't
okay.
get an attack.
Total.
You like are going to throw it, but you do the thing where you let go too soon. So your hand moves forward as to throw, but the javelin is no longer in your hand. So you just kind of move your hand, and the javelin falls to the ground beside you.
It smacks Smokes in his other shoulder.
The javelin or the bandit that you'd previously javelined would have been judging you severely for this, but he's kind of busy trying to in vain stem the flow of blood from his sternum and chest.
Trying to not bleed out.
You think though, if he was able to appreciate this, he would be amused at your failure. Seeing how he has like 2 hit points left. All right, Jane. It's your turn.
I'm going to I'm gonna do bonus action evader, switching to that. And then I'm going to just take a swing at the guy with
right.
Morningstar. I'm gonna try to like make it quick and painless for him.
Roll a hit.
11 no 10.
He's a bit of a. I mean, on Voleth, like you're pretty tall on top of Voleth. You're not accustomed to being this yet, so you kind of misjudge your shot a little bit. It just kind of sails above his head.
Second attack.
Just vaguely brushing some of the grimy hair on top of his head.
Okay. What about 21?
You kill the man.
Okay.
How you doing it?
I'll wrap it around his neck and then pull to like quickly decapitate.
Oh Jesus fuck!
Goodness.
Would you think decapitate him though?
It is a chain, but it also has a if you pull hard enough, yes. But it has
Are you
I
gonna
think-
pull hard enough though?
Likely, what you're gonna do though is you're gonna just pull him forward, and he's gonna the ground.
Okay, fine. I'll choke him out quickly.
You do so. He lies. He kind of falls awkwardly because there's still a javelin sticking out of his chest. And as you're
Pops up.
sitting there pulling your chain tight around his neck, he just kind of gives a couple limp kicks of his legs before he goes completely limp.
Twitchy
With a
horse death.
very bad gurgling sound.
I don't know if you can hear like the sound of like sandpaper on cardboard, but like my cat's licking my nose and it hurts.
Exfoliation.
It is exfoliating, yeah, but it hurts.
So bandit number 2 is quite deceased.
Okay. And then I'm gonna jump
And
off.
as he kicks it, you see bandit number 1 looks like there's a wild look in his eyes already, but there's kind of like something like a fear in his eyes, while number 4 and number 3, like their eyes are genuinely like wide, like, oh my fucking god, he just killed him in like 2 hits.
Bam.
So is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn, Jane?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off and start running. So
Use that movement.
I'm gonna say jumping off's gonna be half your movement.
okay.
I am pretty tall.
Could I jump off of him like springboard? Just pew! 5, 10, 15.
I mean, there is a
Okay.
long jump speed.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're not really getting the running.
that's fine.
It's more you kind of just have to sling yourself off Olaf like you're getting off a horse.
Yeah,
There are
Do a flip.
actual rules for jumping. If you
that's
they wouldn't
fine.
give you any extra because your strength probably isn't enough to get that far anyway.
What?
I'll take a look at him later.
I think it's
If
like
you
10 feet
continually-
jump or something.
If you continually keep jumping off of Olaf, we'll take him into consideration.
I will work on it. Yeah, but no, I'm here. That's fine.
Okay, you step over the body of the man. All right, number 3. He's holding a iron sword in his hand that seems to be more chips and cracks than it is actual sword.
Sorry, I
And
am
he
gonna get my
sees.
morning star back, so it's not like wrapped around his neck.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, go on.
You're right next to him. I think you could do that. Number 3 kind of exchange eye contact with number 4. And he kind of starts to backpedal a little bit. Doesn't go all the way, but he definitely backpedals a bit. And he starts grabbing towards his back to pull a pretty dingy bow and arrow from his back. He doesn't. He loads it, but or not loads it. He readies it, but he doesn't fire it just yet. He's kind of watching Jane with like fearful eyes.
Oh, he knocks it.
Yes, that's the word. Thank you,
Yeah.
Pepper.
Yep.
Pep. It's your turn.
Fireball.
The old man is still clutching your mane with enough force to be a little painful.
Yeah, that's not that's an ouchie, and that's a oh dear Lord, sir. I really gotta actually, like, legitimately, I know it's a little off topic, but I seriously need to figure out what Pepper's PhDs actually are, because I put language, childcare, LOL there for the one shot, because I just couldn't think of any, and now I want to legitimately give him PhDs.
It's important business.
I know, but it was literally like language, childcare, ha.
Does he know any like exotic languages or like dead languages?
Yeah, he knows exotic languages.
Okay,
Anyway.
there you go.
Ooh.
I don't want to mob me language though. Let's see what I have in my inventory. Yeah, I do still have the rock. Okay, I'm gonna take out a rock.
Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
You do it.
It's about to cook long pork.
Can I tell Naomi to duck?
Yeah, speaking to Freya.
All right. Will Naomi be able to duck?
Naomi?
I don't know. We'll see.
Don't roll low.
I'll just say duck, and yeah, I'm gonna cast catapult
Awesome.
on
Feel
the
it.
rock, and I'm just gonna.
All right, what was the deal with catapult again?
It keeps going until it hits something. That's a dex save.
All right, deck save. What are we aiming for?
Straight line. It has to go in a straight line.
Number 1?
All
right.
Towards number 1.
Naomi? Would you like to make a dexterity saving throw?
I believe I don't have a choice.
Yeah, you're in the way.
With advantage because you were told to.
With advantage?
Yeah,
you were told to duck. Presuming you're listening.
Okay.
Presuming.
Natural 20.
All right.
Oh.
You very expertly like matrix that shit, duck your head to the side, and the rock
That
goes
means
painlessly sailing past you. Pepper, what's your spell save DC again?
My spell save DC is scroll up, bitch, 14.
All right. It number 1 manages to duck his head to the side to miss it.
All right, keep going until it hits something.
It clocks number 2 like right in the forehead, though. Roll damage.
Number 4.
Number 2?
Number 4, yes, sorry. Number 2 is a puddle on the floor.
I am number 4.
Well. Oh, okay. 15.
So, I'm presuming some of you did not go to Sunday school, seeing how, the being Jewish thing.
Hey, wait. I
At
went
least
to
in the
Sunday
Christian
school.
sense. Why did you go
Oh.
to Sunday school?
Because Jews have Sunday school.
Oh, you know what? That's fair. I'm used to the Christian one.
Learn something new every day.
I went to Jesus school for a little bit.
But the one I went to
to
had like one of
Hebrew
those
school.
like really like
Bible thing.
dumb children's novels about events in the Bible. And granted, this one's Old Testament, but it's kind of a David and Goliath situation. But like reverse size because Pepper's like much bigger than this little bandit. And I'm particularly imagining a book I saw in mine that was talking about like acts of heroism, and there was this particular one about David and Goliath, amongst other weird dumb stuff. But basically, you send this rock catapulting towards poor number 4, where along the path, and it clocks this man in the forehead, right between the eyes, and he just is stiff for a moment, and then just tips backwards, very much deceased.
I would also like to tell you guys, he held the rock up, he aimed it, he said duck, and he just opened up his hand. That's all that happened. He
Is the
didn't
rock
throw
like
it.
lodged in the guy's forehead?
Yes, there's a dent in his skull.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Holding a rock. And number one kind of glances back as this happens. And the fear that was in his eyes before is like genuinely like, oh shit, oh fuck. And then from the direction where number three is, you hear a bit of like a shrieking sound. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Pep?
He is going to very slowly raise his hands above his head and go, woo! And like that.
I did it.
Love the enthusiasm. Smokes, your shoulder hurts like a bitch.
Oh yeah, that's me. Sorry, I was reading
Yes.
something. Okay. Smokes. He ain't happy. His arm hurts. But was it number one who shot him?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just runs up there. Do I actually have anything I can use, though? I can't just throw an arrow as a dart, right?
No. Arrows, I don't think they're weighted for that.
No.
You could try. I
certainly
can't
try.
guarantee it's going to do any damage.
It just hits him with the feather end.
It just kind of pops against his cheek and salts.
It's soft.
I don't know. You could probably pick up a rock from the ground at your feet and chuck it at him. It's not going to do as much damage as Pepper's because I'm presuming you don't have the spell
It
catapult.
wasn't
but...
catapulted. I'll just... you know what? I'm going to use my action to dash.
All right.
Get up in Crossbow's grill.
All right. You get close to Crossbow. He's a dirty man.
Do I have any bonus actions?
I don't know. He doesn't look like he's brushed his teeth in a long time. He kind of gives you a mean grimace.
God, if only Smokes had.
But like also,
bonus
but also...
action to give him dental assistance in removing all his teeth.
We'll get you some dentures.
How would you like to do that?
It doesn't look like they're going to take much effort to get out of there anyway.
He gives him salt that he bought.
Bonus action to be the 1 out of 10 doctors that does not recommend toothpaste to this man. Okay, but yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Naomi, thank you for your patience.
I rolled low.
What are you up to?
So Naomi is just going to slowly walk forward and be like, allies and gentle beings, I'm sure we can come to an agreement at this point. As you can tell, we're far more powerful. Maybe we should have a ceasefire. I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on number 2.
A little late.
Yeah,
He's undecapitated.
you're sparing the dying falls on.
Oh, so they just die in your game? Okay.
He's like dead.
I did choke him out. Like
he choked. I mean,
I
he
snapped
felt
his
unconscious
neck.
with choking.
He took genuine,
It's like getting hanged.
I
I
don't think
do
anybody
instant
specified
death.
non-fatal damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
In
do
that
instant death
case-
as in going more than half your hit points negative in a single hit. And I'm pretty sure whatever Jane would have done. So he is instant.
I can check it. It would have been 11.
Yeah, so he would be fucking dead. He
Well,
needed to get
regardless.
like -5 hit. So
I also say what I say, and instead, I don't know how many spells I'm going to really
Instead,
rolling right now.
kick the body.
No, just move forward. Have
Watch
everybody.
Naomi be a warlock of the undying. Watch it happen.
Fuck this. He's alive again. I mean, I can do something, but that seems it goes against my creed, so I can't do that.
Don't animate dead, you motherfucker.
So you say what you say to the 2 remaining bandits. Number 1
Two remaining alive and my allies.
spits on the ground again. And he says, "Fuck off." He seems a little nervous as he says that. And number 3 just kind of from where he is fleeing.
Unfortunate. In that case, let's see here. If he's going to respond to me, then I'm just going to look at him and go, Unfortunate, but I can't give up my money, and you're not going to stand down. Sapping Sting. He needs to make a con saving throw.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What is it called?
What's my?
DC is 13.
He just barely makes it.
That's fine.
Um.
It's a
Ah,
cantrip. It doesn't do much.
No, that's
From
fair.
What was it
Everon.
called?
But I would have
Snapping
knocked him
Sting?
prone otherwise, which would have been very helpful for Smokes.
Oh, true. All right. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I don't have many bonus actions. The
Okay.
only bonus action I have is Spit the Dying.
All right. It's Number 4's turn. He is lying dead on the ground. Very helpful. Oh man,
Uses his action to rot.
he died before he even had a chance to have an action. Like poor guy.
It happens.
Old man on Pepper's back. Just kind of whimpers. He's vibing. Number 1 looks at Smokes. And just kind of tries to bash you with his crossbow.
Oh.
He's not really in range to make a hit with you, and he doesn't want to take that opportunity attack. So what is your AC?
It's 13.
Okay, he hits you right across the face.
Nice.
Kind of hurts though. And you take 6 bludgeoning damage. And your nose starts bleeding a little.
Can I use a free action to just like look him right in the eyes? Like, you done fucked up again.
Your
You
God
can.
saved you.
He is very scared.
Like,
He seems to
Just-
be regretting his action all of a sudden.
you should.
Yeah.
All right.
This is chump change damage.
It's okay, they're only hitting you, so.
Number 2 also takes his turn to lie dead on the ground. Boleth, your turn.
Oh my god, what did I
Okay.
say yesterday during Curse of Strahd? I think I said, when someone was knocked unconscious, I said, what do you do on your turn? Quick, Ragdoll.
Yeah, you said quick ragdoll
Yeah.
for the
Evelyn.
lady, Aveline.
Yeah. Sorry, go on, Harrison.
Does it take me extra
Maybe it's
movement to
Evelyn.
go like straight through these guys, or do I have to walk around them?
You can probably step over the dead body.
You can step on the
Okay.
dead body. You're pretty
I
big.
can s-
You could crunch it.
You can
Alright.
step over that dead body and then move that way, diagonal.
I feel
Hey,
like dead bodies are
okay.
probably rough terrain.
Well, I'm considering this is like a pretty slight gentleman, and Boleth has probably a very large
Boot.
stride.
Tall boy.
Man,
Might
big.
Might be difficult terrain for Jane though.
Yeah,
I do acro.
Jane's lethal.
Do I get like a? What's it when like you got
Flanking.
someone attacking from behind or
Flanking.
something?
Advantage.
Do I get advantage now?
Yes.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna roll to attack this man with my great sword. So, oof,
Anime
First
appears
one.
behind the man.
that was another natural one. Luckily, I get advantage. That would be 19 to hit.
All right. Roll damage.
Alrighty then.
Are you lethal or not lethal it?
You hit the nat 1, and your sword just goes sailing out of your hand. It smokes to the other shoulder.
It's number 3.
I would just bite the
That would
man
be
at
good.
that point.
All of our weapons get lost
That's
inside of
going-
Smoke's body.
What was
That's
that
gonna
you said?
be 8 points of damage.
All right, you get a good lodge of this sword into this man's shoulder. There's a very pleasant sound of severing tendons and crunching bones.
Ugh.
He's not dead,
Uh,
but he's an unhappy gentleman.
Reaction to say, how do you now? How do you feel?
How does that make you feel?
Now,
Mr.
how do
Wagner?
you feel? How do you?
Are you going for
All right, anything else?
Alright, I'm gonna attack again.
Are you going for lethal or non-lethal?
I have to think
You
about
just
that.
took a chunk out of the guy's shoulder. I think it's lethal.
Alright,
You know.
that's 15 to hit.
How you doing this?
Oh! Let's see, what should I do? Well, I
Tag
figure
team,
he
tag team.
wait, what does Smokes have? Does Smokes you have your weapon equipped right now?
I have a short sword in my non-gimped arm.
Okay,
Right.
can I kick number 1 bandit and impale him on Smoke's sword? Or I guess I wouldn't be able to kick him. Can I like whap him with my great sword into the short sword?
You don't go for it, yeah.
This
Alright.
is Volath!
You gotta just give a good grunt and a good smack at your sword. Giving him some good laceration from the back, but then also, you guys are tag team, and then he goes, I'm not gonna make a comment. But he's pretty fucked up.
This is Smokes. He's very happy to see you.
Don't have
I'm
my
not
next
gonna make-
character being Kratos.
I'm not going to make the dirty joke I want to make, but
Go for it.
use your imagination.
I don't think I've ever heard you make a dirty joke. Ever.
I make
I
them
have.
sometimes.
Every time you're
Turns
like,
I'm just
out that
saying-
is,
you're just
in
like,
fact,
no,
a
This
no,
is-
story.
no, I'm too pure.
This is probably the world's worst spit roast. So, thank you. Thank you.
You are probably right.
Doesn't matter though because he's dead. And this makes it he is no longer a consenting party.
That makes
So
it necrophilia.
not that he was consenting to this in the first place, but that's life.
Hey, he didn't. He's the one who initiated it, right?
True. Boleth,
You
anything else
can
you'd like to do?
revoke consent at any time.
Also true. All right, Boleth, anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I'm gonna I'm gonna turn around and point at number 3.
Are you saying anything or are you just pointing at him?
No, I'm just pointing right at him.
My little buddy's gonna get you.
Would you like to make an intimidation check?
Here comes
Oh
the
yeah,
horse.
I'm good at these. All right, intimidation check. That's gonna be 12.
Here comes small boy.
He doesn't seem as like horrified as he might have been, but like it's in his eyes. Like he's like, oh shit.
I'm a bounce.
How scared would this guy be of me? Is the question.
Jane, it's your turn.
30.
Get him.
And I can reach him from here.
What's the reach of your weapon?
15.
Whips at 50.
Did you want to change it to
I thought it
10?
was a flail.
It's not a flail.
I-
It is homebrew.
Give me a second.
I know I've seen whips with little little mace heads at the end. So
It's kind of like that, but it's chain. And I did 15 because what do you call it? Castlevania. Yeah.
My
Does it
whip
do
only
double
reaches
damage to
10.
vampires? Does it make them explode?
No. It is a chain.
Okay.
That is not
That's-
magic.
That's further than
But my one in Curse of Strahd could. Considering
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay,
still
I'll
damage.
another 15. Although would that get in the way of having closer ranges?
You can like adjust it. We can talk about
Yeah,
that
that's
later
fair.
if you
Yeah.
want.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. You have to two-hand it to
Yeah.
do long range anyway.
Do your
Or else
weapon.
it's disadvantage. Okay. Does he look scared at all of the little dude coming up to him?
I mean, you did murder one of his friends, so he looks pretty
Oh,
close to
yeah.
wetting himself.
I will bonus action turn to Swordmaster. That would be 26 to hit.
I think he's dead, but continue.
Yikes.
Actually, no, roll damage.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, because if he's not, I can
10
take out my other
damage.
rock.
But I do have a second attack.
How much damage?
10.
Okay, he is an inch away from death.
24 to hit.
Roll to hit. Okay, how do you do this?
You know, it's becoming a signature for him at this point. May as well keep it. He'll wrap it around his neck and choke him out.
All right, number 3 does not go cleanly into that that
Starting to see
night.
a pattern.
Who knew a bounty hunter that might be a serial killer? I mean, what? Would have a pattern.
Remember, you might like being choked, but sea turtles don't, and neither does this guy.
Neither do seagulls. What happens, Catherine?
You got to hit this fine gentleman. Let me.
That was start cat cam again.
You whack this gentleman, and you guys are suddenly left standing alone on the road with a terrified old man and 4 rather grisly, torn apart bodies. Minus number 4. He's just kind of. You stand amidst the carnage of the death you have caused.
4 went relatively peacefully compared to the other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably envied him in the end.
I'm gonna try and like give the dude that's death gripping my mane just this like a wrist pat to try and calm him down.
The old
with
man, very
charisma.
quietly, he seemed to have been watching this very closely. And he kind of whispers to you guys, and he says, or he whispers to you specifically, Pepper, and he just says very quietly, "You killed them."
Yes.
He was running away and you killed him.
That was not mine. But yes, that one I think is a bounty hunter. They are a bit ruthless.
The old man kind of looks at you, and there's just kind of a scared look in his eyes. He doesn't say anything else. He just kind of starts looking at the ground.
Naomi's going to start gathering the bodies. He doesn't have time to bury them. And he knows he has to get the old man home, but he's going to do like a small prayer after he gathers the bodies together.
No,
You do so.
Jane will help by dragging with the Morningstar still around the guy's neck, just
Oh
dragging
my
the body over to Naomi.
Goodness.
I
Well,
think
he can't
Smokes is
carry
gonna-
him.
I'm gonna hand the old man my cat, and I'm gonna make her try and comfort him.
Here, have therapy, cat.
Pepper is disturbed, but you know what? Not as disturbed as these fucks.
I guess pull off the ground number 4
Oh,
and bring him over to the body pile that we have.
All
I think
right.
Smokes is gonna try to tend to that shoulder wound of his.
Yeah, your shoulder hurts mighty bad. You still have a bolt sticking out of it.
Can I check for
Can
any
I-
identification on them?
You may. An investigation for each one individually.
Oh,
Unless one of your kindly party members would like to help you.
I will help.
Can I
Okay.
attempt to proper remove that bolt and not cause permanent disability in my arm?
You can try. You might want to have a person who can cast cure wounds on you there, but
so
Oh,
is
don't
this
worry. I've got magic.
like 4 rolls all at advantage, or is this like one roll?
Start with pick one first. I'll have you roll for it. Jane, you pick one as well.
I'll pick the one that I dragged. So number 3.
All right.
I'll just start with 2 since,
All right.
and I rolled an 18.
All right. You find nothing of personal identification. They seem to be traveling very lightly, though you do find a somewhat indecent shaped dagger strapped to the man's hip. The aforementioned club that he had been holding but never got to use. And a small little satchel containing 3 gold pieces.
No wonder they needed to rob us. These guys broke. Af.
I
Jane?
mean, we started
So
broke,
it's
yeah.
obvious.
What's your investigation?
Oh,
Y'all
I'm
are
doing it. Okay.
Yes.
18 plus not high intelligence 1, 19.
You sort through this gentleman's pockets. Number 3 was holding, again, a pretty shitty looking sword. So you find that very shitty iron sword, small little pouch containing just 6 silvers, and some more just very gross scraps of leather.
I will put 2 of the silvers over the guy's eyes, and then and then just keep the rest like with him. I'm not gonna take them, but I'll take the sword and start. I'm gonna offer it to the old man at some point.
You start approaching the older gentleman, Jane, and he visibly recoils from you.
That's fine.
He does not take the sword and will not meet your eyes.
Sad.
I'll just offer it up to Pepper, not saying anything.
Pepper's gonna take a step
I'm
back.
The
I'm
little boy
also.
be scary.
I was also gonna go to the old man.
Naomi,
I don't think he's gonna want me to now. I see him recoil once. I'm like,
the old man doesn't recoil as much from you, seeing how you were trying to be somewhat pacifist here, but he's still a little uneasy as you approach.
My favorite thing is I said before combat even that like, hey, Jane wants to knock them out, and then it's like, well, we'll follow Voleth. We're giving them.
I didn't hear that part. I was
Oh,
like,
no,
"Who am I
I
gonna
was
fight?"
like, I was like out of character. It was like after you, or while you went.
I'll look at the
Yeah.
old man. First things first. Name's gonna look at the old man and be like, I apologize you had to see that. We do get into fights occasionally, and sometimes we do have to kill things, but sometimes things also get out of hand. Do any of them look familiar to you when you saw them come out? I don't look now, but when they first came out.
He just kind of shakes his head at you. He'll meet your eyes, but he's a very frightened look in his eyes, like just a scared puppy.
Yeah.
Like you get the idea this gentleman has never seen someone get killed right before his eyes.
That's I figured. All right. I don't think I have any spells that can help this.
do you
Guess
have
I'll
calm
pick up
emotions?
my
Literally,
Pick up
only
my
gets calm
javelin.
emotions. I don't think I have that.
No.
I guess I'll pick up my javelin that I dropped on the ground, and also pull out the javelin that was stuck in the other guy.
You do so. You have your 2 javelins back. One it has some dirt on it, and the other one has a man's blood and some bits of sternum cleaning to it.
Can I like kind of shake it off, try to get it a little clean?
Yeah, you're kind of just holding it off from you, like, gross.
wow.
Get it off.
And I, like, I'm gonna-
man and bow and leave.
I'm gonna like put the javelin between my arm and chest and like scrape it clean.
I thought you said you're gonna lick it.
No,
I
no,
heard-
not lick it.
That's
You're
worse.
gonna
I'm gonna put it like under my armpit and like.
Okay, I
Maybe
got
like
you.
Shrek
Okay.
it, where like he
Oh,
almost
God.
gets stabbed.
Yeah, kind of like that.
You do so. It's clean.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, I'm gonna head on back.
I think
All right, Smokes.
He's gonna take a seat the side of the road probably. Cast
squat.
Healing Spirit as a bonus action, which I just checked. I can use that as a bonus action.
Okay.
Then commit debridement on my arm to remove the bolt.
Would you like to make a medicine check?
I suppose.
No, just yank it. Snap it and yank it.
Let's see here. We got 17.
All right. You managed to get it fairly skillfully out of your arm. And you cast your healing magic to kind of knit your flesh back together. While the wound itself is physically gone, you're left with kind of this numbness in your fingers, kind of like you've fallen asleep on them or they're really cold. So you can't move them quite as easily as you would usually.
The healing spirit is supposed to take the form of like a transparent fey or beast. I like to think this takes the form of a big ass tarantula just crawling across the wound.
Come back.
Oh yeah,
Just on his shoulder.
Yeah, it vibes on
It
your shoulder.
stays-
You know, does what it can.
It stays there for a minute, so I guess after he gets that wound patched up, he kind of just walks on over to the rest of the party gathered over by Old Man with the big magic spider on his arm.
You do so. King, combat has ended.
At least
And
my nose
Cat
isn't
Cam
bleeding
has been
anymore
going
because
for
that
a
was
while.
unbroken.
We did it again. We were alive. We didn't die.
You committed murder.
Did anybody get
Yeah.
hit besides Smokes?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
You
I
killed most of them before they had a chance to. So
Yeah.
Good point.
Smokes didn't actually hit anyone with any attacking rolls, at least.
Focus is a punching bag.
yes.
Honestly, before we started combat, I was like looking to see if I had any pies, but I'm like, oh shit, I didn't buy any pies because she didn't have meat pies.
I still have 2 pies.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna give
wine.
them food if I had, but
I have a
didn't
rib
make money.
bone,
You do have a rib bone. It's a very nice rib bone.
and I wanted more bones, but I am also don't want to discomfort this man even more, so I shall.
Yeah,
not.
he has been very quiet now.
Hey, if you tell
The cat
Jane,
is
Jane will
nestling into his neck.
Jane
He's
will
kind of
do it while you
absent
guys move
minding
ahead.
getting it, but what did you say, Jane?
Oh, I said Jane would do it if you ask him and if you guys move ahead. Like he'll catch up.
Pepper would not ask you.
I know. That's why I'm saying it.
All right. What's up?
Let's go.
I'm heading
Can,
back on the road again.
Yeah. Can
I guess so.
Smokes tell whether or not his numb fingies would cause any sort of problems?
I mean, in what sense?
Like, would they prevent him from effectively using a bow and arrow?
You kind of give it a go. You kind of, hoist your bow out, trying to hold it. You are lacking a lot of dexterity and grip strength. So after a couple pretty pathetic shots, you reckon that you will not be using your bow for a little while.
Well, shit.
This is what you get for backseat DMing.
Would you like to know what number I rolled for the level of fucked up his arm is?
Yes.
97.
Sure.
97.
Yeah!
Right.
Hell yeah!
So-
I felt
So
it.
I will
Hundred
tell
have
you-
to be amputated.
I will tell you when the numbness goes away,
I'm
Okay.
surprised I got it.
if it does.
Man, imagine my archer character just never being able to do archery.
God, imagine being psychic.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Shut the fuck up. Right.
Hey, at least a crossbow would probably be unaffected.
Good point.
You can still hold things. It's just your grip strength and your reflexes on that hand are pretty pathetic right now.
Fair enough. Probably hit a nerve or something.
Yeah, you got a little bit of that pins and needles feeling.
Hey, at least I can punch people without feeling it.
Bonus.
There you go.
All right, y'all heading back on the road?
As someone with a
Sure.
completely numb arm, yeah, you can. You're not gonna hit them as hard as you think you are.
I know. I've heard some people with nerve damage, they end up causing damage to themselves because they do things with a lot more force. And
Yeah.
other people, they just can't give enough force because they can't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back on the road.
Yeah.
On the road again.
So you guys
Jaden
get
will
back
take a
hiking
look
out.
back,
All right.
so that not
Um,
to scare the old man as much.
So I believe the old man mentioned it was it's about like a few hours from the split in the road to Alcote. So you guys are kind of just quietly traveling along your way. The old man, he was a little gregarious while you guys were traveling. He was kind of just, making light conversation here and there. He is very quiet now. Just kind of staring at his boots. As you guys continue moving along the way, a few hours pass quietly. The roads are quiet. Pardon?
Sorry. I really wish Pepper cared. I really wish he did.
Sometimes you just traumatize an old man, and that's how you do it.
Sometimes it be like that,
They really do.
When
You
you play
guys,
your character, damn.
I know, right?
you guys move further on the road. A few hours pass. Faintly in the horizon. I can start with the horizon. The kind of that salty scent of sea breeze starts meeting your noses. You guys crest a little hill and start moving down it, and you see a small little village arranged on the shore before you, just a little ways down the path. As you continue walking and it gets closer, it's a very quaint, beautiful little place. The sun is glimmering on the waves. And this little town, it's an assortment, it's not many buildings. They're all kind of mixed matched in terms of like how they're built and whatnot. But they'll have just very neat, or not neat, very worn white wooden siding. There's plenty of them that are arranged on the shore. There's like a little interesting collection of them that are built onto stilts over the water with little walkways between them. There's boats kind of bobbing gently in the waves. And as you kind of continue to get even closer, you can hear some of the gentle sounds of the people going about their days. The town, it's big, it's smaller than Terran, but it seems disproportionately quiet compared to Terran. There's a good assortment of buildings here, but there's just not that many people out and about. And the people that are out and about they're thin, they're pale, their cheeks are kind of sunken in. They move about their ways very quietly. As you guys kind of get further into town, just arriving at the outskirts, the old man says to you, "Oh, I think I can get back home from here. Thank you." And he kind of goes to try and hop off of Pepper.
Pepper will assist as best he can.
The old man hops off. He kind of mutters a couple little things, and starts walking a little closer, walking quickly towards the town square.
Didn't seem too
Shuffles
friendly.
off.
Did I get my cat back?
He ran off with the cat.
I'm assuming as he was hopping off, the cat poofed back.
Okay,
Yeah. He starts shuffling off, and a few of the townsfolk, as he's moving through, they kind of stop and they kind of look at you guys. They kind of take in your appearances. You guys don't look like townsfolk. They kind of take in your appearances, and there's little flashes of fear in some of their eyes. People step back. Parents who are walking with their children grab their kids and kind of usher them into stores.
It's because I'm a drow, isn't it?
Oh my god, no.
Are we the baddies?
Or
Can I start playing the Sham?
You can.
Right. And
Roll
because it's
performance.
Django, and the
I'll play
whole
with you.
cowboy thing. What's that song? It's not Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But the other
Is it
one.
the theme from that?
It might be like the standoff thing with the whistling.
Do. I think that's from Gabenia. It's something Clint Eastwood, I'm sure.
Yeah, I want to start playing that on the show.
Are you playing that?
Yeah.
All right, Naomi, did you say you were playing too?
If my loot can work that way, sure.
You're giving some accompaniment. All right, performance from both of you.
Oh, okay.
19.
13 plus. Okay, 14.
All right, Naomi.
19.
Okay, one sec.
What?
The sham gets drowned out by the beautiful strumming.
I was accompanying you, so I just did a regular
The
accompanying
two of
you.
you make your music. You remember when you guys were playing before? People appreciated your music. Here, the people are kind of just like staring at you, like you're naked in a grocery store.
Been there.
Well,
Naomi or Zeph?
it's better
It's
than
like-
yeah. It's better
like
they
Breaking Bad.
think that we're
Fucking
weird
Walter
than
and
they
Nick.
think that we're dangerous. Or
Pardon?
something. It's better they think we're weird than to think that like we're to be feared.
There is still a decent amount of fear.
Yeah. Well, I tried.
People are not coming anywhere near you.
I think as the old man was waddling off back towards town, I feel like Smokes would probably sort of mumble under his breath, "Sorry, old man."
If he hears you, he does not reply.
I'm gonna drop my cat and have her bring me rocks.
She does so.
3
It's her little
rocks.
task. Tap it about, grabs you 3 very nice weathered rocks from the shore.
Also a bug.
I have rocks.
You do have rocks. You guys doing anything? The town's in front of you. You can see some little buildings, some little shops. You watch the old man go into a little store labeled Moro's Jewelry. There appears to be a general store across the way, as well as a little tailor's place.
Naomi's aware of where he's not wanted around. So,
Yeah.
and since this isn't his mission, he's gonna go ahead and like start walking away with a cheerful wave, like very happily being like, have a good day, that kind of a wave.
So as you guys, are you guys heading back the way you came? Because the road kind of goes through Alcote. And you would be able to tell from your maps, it kind of rejoins the main road up to Purcell.
Yeah, could
I'll walk
you
through.
bring up the map? So
Oh, yeah.
Kind of lost about where we are.
I think Smokes would recommend just getting it over with and going
Whoa.
through town, because it would be faster.
We have many days because we could easily go back and go around rather than bother these people.
We're in
Alright.
Elcote.
Alcote,
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't
not right
hurt.
here.
It wouldn't hurt to go around. Certainly wouldn't hurt these folks.
Why would we hurt them by walking?
It's an emotional thing.
So it's about a half day's trip back to the split in the road. So you'd be adding about a day onto your trip.
What time is it
Would we have
right
time
now?
for that?
It's
Yeah, we-
midday now.
Okay.
I
So
think
you'd get back to you'd probably get back to the split, stop, and then continue on your way.
As long as we don't take on too many more missions. from
But
other
like
people, we'll be
also
good.
walking through Alcote would be like 20 minutes.
we should walk through.
Yeah, we'll just walk through town. We'll be, any problems.
Well, as long as we don't stop anywhere, and I'm sure they won't mind.
Oh, they're going to mind. They already seem to mind what's outside of town.
They won't try to do anything.
But they're not going to try to hurt us or anything. They're more worried of us than anything else.
Of course.
Then let's get out of here as quick as we can.
He's
I
gonna
am
go back to playing
Well,
his
as quick as we can is the other way.
doing little dance.
That
trying
is
to
not
cheer
as quick
people
as we
up.
From point A to point B, it is not. But for these people, we may not want to go through there.
But why?
I understand. I've seen that you're not fully attuned to people's emotions.
Would anyone who thinks they would be
understand
is anyone who thinks they would be familiar with Asparia like to make a history check?
I would like to make a history check.
Go for it.
Where did I
I
say I
can't
was
get
from?
lost in
Nuvar?
cities.
Not from Astoria.
It's not urban.
I also don't have
Not a
history
city.
either, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Catherine,
It's
do you
gonna-
remember?
I think we said doing Nuvar, right?
I think so.
13.
What'd you say?
Nuvar, oh,
13.
13. Vaguely familiar with some of your studies of some of the ruins here. There is a ruin rumored to be somewhat close to Alcote. And as a result, a lot of the people of Alcote are known to be spellcasters. It's kind of a well-known fact here. However, Asparia does not like to practice a draft, but in the wake of the war, they have been drafting a large amount of spellcasters. So you could reasonably ascertain that Alcote has probably been hit by the draft very hard.
Mm.
Possibly why the streets are so empty.
It might be one part of the reason they don't like us. They might think we're a part of the Gov. I don't know.
It's the feds.
The feds.
Jeez,
I'm
it's
sorry,
the
I was
fuss.
really trying to find some good Sham music, but like, there's nobody playing the Sham by itself.
Nope.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah. I love how Naomi just straight up called Pepper
Oh,
out.
that's just his style. That's fine.
All Pepper's gonna do is tilt his head and say, "No, I understand emotions very well." It's a very intricate science. Lot of books written on them, and they're very
Yes.
nice reads.
You can learn many things from books, but feeling you gain from experience.
Yes, I was an adventurer for 5 years. I also know about emotions that way. I don't understand what you're implying.
People would not take kindly to us, since we're different.
Okay, I
That's not
don't.
just
I don't see how that concerns us.
It doesn't.
I mean, y'all are
We can
covered in some amount of blood.
Yeah.
Your
I'm
arm,
not-
your
I
arm,
am
to the,
this.
your arm to the teeth.
Not Pepper.
I have
Pepper's a
one.
horse.
I also
Well,
have
you
a
did
sheep,
walk
though.
in. You did walk
He's
in
the
with a
walk
kindly
one.
old man. So
You did walk in with kindly, but the old man looked very eager to leave himself.
That's a good point.
The old man horse came in with the old man.
I mean,
Alright.
if you guys are that worried, we can just take some back alleys through the town. You don't have to walk down the town square.
Pepper's
The
just gonna
mermaid
start
does look
walking.
shadier.
We could also just go around the town. That might be easier. And probably no less slow.
No one's gonna stop him. He's going.
Yeah, Jen will follow.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys are going. Describe what you're doing again.
Wherever Pepper's
Just
going.
walking straight through.
Yeah.
Walking straight through. Alright, as you guys start walking through town. Is anyone not going with them?
I'm not sure.
Split the party.
Smokes was probably just gonna do a shrug. Just go along after a few seconds.
Alright.
Naomi is going to give a heavy sigh and follow.
Alright.
Very end, but very quickly after making decisions.
So as you guys start moving through Alcote, people are definitely avoiding you. They're stepping away. They're moving to the other side of the street as you walk through. No one says anything. No one does anything near you. People are just kind of trying to avoid you. Maybe a couple rare people are brave and they meet your glances. You definitely feel how empty Alcote is as you move through it. The town is pretty. It's got some nice little storefronts, but a lot of them are closed or boarded up. And it doesn't take you long to get through the main part of town. And as you are heading back up the hill out of Alcote, leaving it behind you, a figure steps out from a kind of behind a bush. I guess less
Shoots
from
me with
behind
an
a bush, and more someone who seems to have been kind of tailing alongside you through kind of the bushy area, coming out of town. And thankfully, it's not a dirty-looking bandit. The individual standing before you seems to be a fairly young half-elf-looking woman. She's got dark black hair tied up in a bun and dark skin. Her face is gaunt, but she's clean and otherwise healthy looking. but her eyes stand out to you as she approaches you because she looks to be maybe like the half elf equivalent of being like 16. But there is a very fierce look in her eyes as she comes and she looks at you. And she asks in a very determined voice, and she says, "Are you with the military?"
No.
No.
Cut
No,
off my
I don't
hand.
think so.
Why?
You don't want to draft, eh?
They took my parents, and they think my older brother is enough to hold back the family. So they're going to come get me next. Cut off my hand, please. She holds out her right arm to you.
Jane's gonna
Vibe
walk
check.
forward, but like not take anything out. I mean, like, what is your
Pepper
conviction?
pulls out his dagger.
Oh my gosh.
Not yet, Pepper. Give it a minute.
What are you asking, Jane?
What is your conviction?
Conviction? What?
Like, essentially, like, show me like why you want this and how determined you are to have this happen.
She looks at you, steals her gaze, kind of sets her jaw, and she says, "I can't leave my brother alone with the rest of my siblings."
More than
Can you handle it with one hand?
Yes. But they won't draft me if I don't have it.
Pepper casts magic weapon on his dagger.
Give it a minute, Pepper.
Whoa. Let's all calm down here. I don't think it looked good if we chopped off someone's hand right outside town. That's where we are, right? We're like right out. Are we like right at?
Town is like maybe like a couple.
You cut out.
Town is like a couple minutes walk.
Oh, okay.
You're not directly in view of the town, but you can still see like the the
Buildings.
roofs and what. Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet, Verb.
I'm gonna keep trying.
What are you asking, Jane?
Why is your brother not enough?
He's only 12. You can't look after the rest of our siblings.
I do think you can.
I guess half elf equivalent of 12.
So
don't
probably
mind
like
me.
30.
Probably.
He's only 30.
Yeah.
If they've already drafted your parents, why are they drafting you as well? Haven't they done enough with your family?
Apparently not.
Pepper starts moving closer.
Just standing in front of Pepper, like I'm talking, like hold on, you can't get in front of it.
Do I know of any way to like besides losing a limb to not get drafted without like having to draft dodge?
How well do you know the draft laws of Asparia?
Well, if I'm from Nuvar, I don't know.
Probably not
It's
very
up to
well.
you.
I'll let you roll history.
Okay.
To get an idea.
Net one. It's smacked into
shit.
it's smacked into
This is
another
all
die.
there is. Very strict laws all over the world. If you're missing your hand, they can't draft you. That's it. They'll take you for everything else.
Jane will move out of the way.
How many siblings do you have?
She looks at you and she says 6, not including me and my brother.
Ooh.
Smokes looks at this little lass. And
Oh, where'd he go?
Jason, come back.
Ah.
oh no, what's happening?
You went really muffled for a second.
Sorry, I'm not sure why I did that.
If you like that.
Smokes, sympathetically, sort of just looks over to the half elven lass and says, "If you're gonna cut off your hand, isn't there some other way you could do that?
No one else in town will do it for me.
Could you do it yourself?"
Kind of
Goodness.
bites her lip a little bit, and the hand she still has outstretched shakes a little bit. You meet her eyes.
No,
You know,
of course
she's mature for her age, but there's still that childish, she's still a young kid. She's not quite determined enough to maim herself.
Jin will look at Smokes and be like, would you cut off your own limb? Not for survival, but just in general.
I think if I had to. Pepper, if you want, I can handle this. If you guys want to go on ahead.
I already cast the spell.
Then give me the weapon. I'll do it.
No.
Whoa! Oh, we're not cutting off any hands. Oh, let's just
party.
calm down.
This
Here.
technically
not
isn't evil.
evil.
This
It's
is actually
technically
one of
not.
a very
It's
interesting
technically not.
area.
It's more chaotic.
Well, sometimes a kid comes up and asks you to maim her.
Yeah, it's also a child.
This is
where
my
your moral
version
dilemmas,
of
and I
the
do like this.
5-year-old walked up and asked you to punch him in the face. Would you punch it in the face just because they told you to?
Okay, but
Smokes, do a vibe check
No.
of the room.
of the half elfin woman to see how
Interesting.
just how legit this request of hers is.
And you can insight check her.
Nothing.
Yay!
Naomi would know nothing of this stuff.
Nope.
Oh
God.
dear.
Damn.
And we can't contact Luke.
Uh,
Guess Luke. But...
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he would have come in handy right now.
Although
I mean, he's part of the military, so no, he wouldn't.
I will say
Oh, isn't he?
probably Bell might have a chance at knowing, as he's probably dodged the draft himself. But
Does
Shut up,
hair
listen.
is the question.
but that's
Well,
none of my business.
I've got a 12.
She seems legit. Like, you know,
we
like what
doing
kids
insight?
look like when they're really set on something. This kid in particular is like really set on this.
I didn't think
Like
about that.
she's nervous and scared because she's a fucking kid asking you to chop her damn hand off. But like, she's like
Yeah, I didn't need to. That's true.
no cap, as they say.
When-
I didn't
This
need to
smoke-
type that.
I
Naomi-
think
When
Smokes
it-
would ask in Elven. Yeah.
Pardon?
Like a.
What did you say, Naomi? What did you not think about?
I didn't think about insight at first, and like I would need insight for this because what person's gonna walk in and be like, chop off my hand and lie to me?
That's fair. Smokes. What were you saying?
I think Smokes would ask in Elven. It's like, are you sure about this? Absolutely.
She meets you and replies, her Elven accent isn't that good, but she replies, says, I don't have a choice.
Pepper's gonna try and push past Naomi.
I am going to help Naomi in holding back.
I
Spencer.
also see that there's two different people trying to cuff the arms. So I'm like, how do I stop this? Like, I don't really want to stop this, but I'm like, Naomi's conflicted.
I'll give you guys a hot minute to debate. I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Okay.
When is the government gonna come take her?
Dude, I rolled a nat
What do you
one.
think?
Oh no, she went to the bathroom. She's gone.
We could ask like, when is the government coming to take her?
I
The government's
rolled a
coming
nat
like
one.
the next day.
I'm not asking anything, sadly. Like the only thing I could ask would be like,
we
I'm not
do
sure
have
if
time.
anything's
What if
different,
we just
Hmm.
the
Don't you guys know any kind of like illusion magic? You could like fake get rid of her hand or something.
I love how like Pepper knows all about the draft and it's just like let me cut off her hand.
Pepper wants to see what happens. Okay.
Think of it this way: we could. Well, that's a good idea. We could ask her when they're coming to get her. If we have time, we could theoretically stay here and talk to the military ourselves.
But
can be
she's not
pretty
wrong. Like, if you are missing your hand, they're not going to draft you.
That is, I'm going to assume correct.
And if I do my
But people
that I
do
did
get
with your horns.
desperate.
if I do the thing I do with your horns, it can be somewhat painless for her.
I'm not worried about. I mean, I can
You
heal
already
the pain.
cast magic weapon.
No, not magic weapon. I can turn her hand into like
Turning
turn it
turns
into,
the iron into something easier to cut.
yes.
Hmm.
Actually, I can turn her bone into wood.
Bone's not one of the listed things.
Rule of cool though.
Yeah,
That's only if a TM allows, but she has it.
yeah. I'm gonna ask if I can do the bone, because if not, then he's turn into something a little heavier and hardier.
I'm not sure.
It's
if
magic weapon, though,
Spartan
so,
drafting
like-
See, personally, I wouldn't allow bone because you can turn it into like steel.
Does
Oh no,
anybody
it
know
can
where-
only be like to like. There's like a certain tier list. It's like rock paper scissors.
Spider.
I've read it and I've already forgotten it, so it's been too long.
Yeah, I can turn wood into stone and stone into iron, but I can't turn wood into iron.
Right, it has to go one step at a time. I do remember that.
Yeah, and I already did it on your horns, and she allowed that,
Yeah, which was
which
lovely and has created a reason for a berry.
is. And don't worry, because Pepper wants to do it again.
It will not happen again.
Pepper, love.
Spider!
What?
Ah.
What?
Jaden was asking if there was anything like he's not aware of like Asparian drafts, like drafting laws or anything, but if anybody knows a different way that doesn't involve cutting off a young girl's hand, perhaps we should get those ideas out first.
Yeah. Let's
Pepper's
exhaust
not-
all of our options.
I don't think Smokes would know.
Naomi would definitely not know.
Well, I definitely don't know. I think it's like across the world. I was told across the world, if you don't have a hand, you can't get drafted. But DM did not say that there aren't other ways.
Actually, DM said
Well-
there's nothing else. That's it. Just this one hand. That's the only reason.
All right, well, this is the only thing you can do. Okay, we'll do it.
Like, to
What
be fair, DM
if-
did say exactly that.
Oh god,
What if she was blind? They wouldn't draft her if she was blind.
you
Wouldn't
would have
that-
to
wouldn't that be worse
prove
than losing a hand?
blindness.
What's up,
No,
gang?
no, because we could fake that probably. There must be
Wow.
some way
They
to fake
figured
How
it
blindness
out.
for a
long do you
while.
think we could?
We would
Stay
have to
here.
stay here at that point.
That's why we're gonna ask how long until the government's gonna come to pick her up.
I don't think that's something you really get too much notice of.
Well, I'm sure they would set a date, so if you're like off in the woods hunting, they wouldn't just come, at any time in case you're there. They
Unrelated
probably have to
note.
have some kind of a date.
I went and got some cheese sticks. I gave some to Pascal, and he was very happy.
Oh,
Jesus.
that makes sense.
Nice.
My
He's a good
day
dog.
is
You have never
fulfilled.
been conscripted, have you, large man?
No.
It shows.
To be fair, none of you have.
No,
Yeah.
but Jane's not going to say anything.
None of you have been brave veterans to serve your nation that doesn't give a shit about you and will give you PTSD and leave you.
Bounty hunting pays more.
Not to show some bias here, but it's the key.
Most of what I know is that people come
Did
with
Dr.
a schedule,
P,
and they follow their schedule quite well.
did Dr. P say anything to Jane about his question?
Nope. He
Cool.
stared at you, and he kept his face completely monotone, and just kept holding the dagger and slightly raised it up.
Catapult.
Not yet, verb.
Uh,
Catapult the magic dagger.
He's about to.
We are like all in front of you to some degree. I can at least
See,
put my hand
I
out.
can't cast magic, so there's nothing I can actually do for this girl.
Sometimes session 3, you chop off a girl's hand.
Do I know anything like?
God,
Do
jeez.
prosthetics exist in the setting?
Very poor ones. There is. You would like make a history check?
Yeah.
If Smokes loses his arm, I'm hoping I can get one.
13.
Because you can put weapons and crap in them.
You vaguely remember one of the adventurer guild in Darna. There's a particular adventurer. Can't remember his name, anything about him. He does have a prosthetic leg that is extremely complex. And the government's been wanting information about it for ages. He isn't giving it to them because he's like, fuck you. So good stuff exists, but then you're also thinking about the number of times you've seen people who just have peg legs or like hooks for hands. So either or.
How long
Lying.
do half elves live again? Typically.
Was it like
Um,
300 years or something?
Yeah, they can live for.
Yeah, it's a good long while.
I think it's
We
20.
can't-
It might be
we
around.
can't
Is it
like
200?
permanently injure this girl for like the next couple hundred years. There's gotta be.
It sounds more like that the army is the draft itself is what is causing this, though.
I haven't heard from my parents in weeks now. I can't go. Actually, wait, no, half elves mature at the same rate of humans do, but then live to 180. So she is actually 60.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
There
more.
we
That sounds more accurate.
There we go. I always forget. Races are wild.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So there's a Darnan. I'll get it after. But
I'm
Do
gonna
you
look
know
at-
when these
Oh yeah, we
people
should
are
ask them first.
coming to draft you to pick you up?
They just come by random every week or so.
Well, time for that actually, if you want.
How
But
much? Yeah, how much time do we have until we have to?
we're going to be on day 5 here shortly.
It's about a little over or a little under a week and a half.
Yes,
A week and a half still.
we
Oh,
have
gee,
2 weeks total,
goodness.
and we're going on our 5th day.
and
After
how far
this.
away are we?
You're probably
From-
just a couple days from first point.
Oh,
It's about a week trip.
So,
You guys took a little bit of a break to do the troll hunt, but not too much of a difference.
So we could theoretically stay here for like about a week and still have
could.
time to make it.
To do what?
The
Who's to
issue
say they aren't
is-
just going to come next time?
Yeah. How would you fake and continue faking something like that?
Well, I assume. I don't know. It has to be something that we could. That there has to be something that she'd be able to do to like fake some kind of an injury.
Hey, DM.
Naomi?
Huh?
Would you like to make a medicine check?
I can certainly do that. I have proficiency with that.
What is your question, Jane?
I have my background feature. A person in every city I visit can give information about places and people of the local area, including just general information about like certain things. Could I?
I would
try-
say for this case, Alcote is a fishing town of usually about 70 people.
Oh,
Um,
damn.
Not really the kind of place that you would. Maybe Purcell, but Alcote's it's a tiny little town. There's only like 35 people here right now. Like the military did come and be like snatch for half the population.
I had to try.
I rolled middle ground. I got a 15.
You are through your time doing your clerical duties throughout your history. You are vaguely aware that you've come across quite a few people who have disabilities of various sorts over the years. Just through the nature of being a cleric. And you there's quite a few ways for a person to get maimed, so to speak. And you're aware that there are such ways beyond having an entire hand chopped off, such as losing some of the front part of your foot where all your toes are. That would allow you to still walk about and move, but would prevent you from running. You could take fingers that would be used for holding things. Just vaguely in the back of your mind, things that you could do to not chop off a kid's hand.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to relay those two at least.
Losing fingers or toes. I mean, it might work. Probably won't work as well as losing a hand, but it
What
might.
about general eyesight? Not complete blindness, but being
Yeah.
so inept.
She's
Still-
nearsighted.
I still believe that having losing portions of your limbs versus losing sight is a completely different aspect of injury.
You are correct, but yours is tangible. This would not be real. If we are continuing with the theme of not.
But again, we don't know if they're going to come back or not. And if they see this girl walking around perfectly fine because they come randomly, they're going to know she lied. And she may at that point be worse off than being drafted. She may be hanged or something for treason or something.
Who's to say
When
she's
you
not
say the
walking around
words
town?
hanged and treason, like her eyes widen. But
Jeez.
she isn't really speaking as you guys are having this conversation. She's just kind of watching, and her head's moving between each of you as you talk.
Oh, Jaina has only
Oh.
one other idea. Wait, hold on.
Or
Let me
she
check
could
if that's
just be
actually his last
drafted.
idea. Oh god, yeah, that's his last idea. Okay. He's gonna look to the little girl and say, little girl who is literally over double his age, by the way. Jane is 7 years old. He's not
I
even like
know.
that yet.
Jane is 7.
Jane is 7. 8 is an adult for a goblin. And say, you may never see your parents again if you do this, but what are the odds you will anyway? You could take your siblings and leave Esparia.
And where the hell am I gonna go?
Anywhere.
To Chevelle? Darna? Get myself murdered on a battlefield?
No. How about let me look at the map.
Let's consult the map.
Yeah.
Pepper is judging this man.
Do I know anything about the Pavian Isles? Like,
So general information from this. Pavian Isles, very strictly not involved with the war at all. Very loosely an ally of Asparia, but not to the point where they are actively participating in the war. Pavian Isles and Tibet as well have quite a lot of refugees in them.
So, do I know about how much it would cost? Because if we're in Alca, how much it would cost to get a boat, possibly to the Pavian Isles?
It would not be very expensive, but a lot of like travel between Asparia and the Pavian Isles is very stilled right now because Pavian Isles are not trying to associate with Asparia and Chevelle because they don't want to be involved in all this. So they're kind of just keeping to themselves right now. You could theoretically do it, but it would be expensive.
Is it gonna look to the party and say, if she's up for it, we could. I could give most of it, but we could give her some money, enough so she can survive, pay her way to the Pavian Isles, and keep her family safe.
Do I know how much money that would cost?
Let's make a history check.
I will. Can I help?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Smokes thinks this idea is better than cutting off a hand, at least.
Yeah.
Though somehow it's probably more dangerous than just cutting off a hand.
Probably.
Are you giving me
this
advantage? Or
gives
you having
hope.
rolling?
You're both doing separate.
Oh, are we? Okay.
You can't help him remember.
Yeah.
18 minus 1, 17.
Natural one.
Not just me, is it?
Lots of net ones.
Naomi, what is currency?
I mean,
Why?
fair.
Why
There's
does
currency
currency
for anything
exist?
but
Why
wine.
do we take these pieces of metal and assign value to them? What does it mean? Jane, you could reason that taking her and 7 younger siblings
Mhm.
To the Pavian Isles, granted they would be welcomed as refugees, would probably set you back about 100. Getting them onto a good ship where they would be guaranteed safe passage.
Okay.
As well as some money for them to actually look after themselves when they get.
Oh, for sure. So, what does the girl think of the idea?
She kind of thinks for a moment. She says, "Do you think that would work? They wouldn't come try to find me."
They're not involved in the war. Not yet. And there's several refugee camps around. You'd be welcome there, more or less.
Kind of bites him and says, "I don't have that kind of money."
He's gonna take out his pouch of gold and start counting, looking to the rest of the party. Like, if you want to chip in, you can, but you don't have to.
How much money do you have,
You do
dude?
not
I
have that
have
much money.
300 gold.
How?
I don't know. Something happened apparently, but I have 300.
Sure
Did you?
30?
No. I can look back.
Didn't you also give your gold back to the guy at the town?
No, this is not including that. That's why I was happy giving it back.
Because like you're just taking starting equipment.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'll have to look back. Let me check our
Maybe you
messages,
put an
actually.
extra 0 by mistake?
That's what I asked, and he immediately went, no!
No, because I literally have never made that mistake in my life. Because I always catch it, because I look over my character sheets like 3 times before starting.
Well,
That
Smokes,
does not eliminate the...
Yeah.
Smokes would pull out his coin pouch and shake a handful of coins out. We'll say, let me roll something to see how many he ends up giving her.
What if we smuggle them on?
Smokes ends up taking 31 gold coins out of the little pouch.
You guys are rich.
Okay, I know why.
Broke tech.
Barely that rich.
I sold
Half
literally
clerk,
all
half
of my
clerk.
starting gear. And I asked if
At
I
half price?
yeah, I said, if I sell starting gear, should I take the normal gold it costs or like half that? You said take full.
Right. Then what do you have, like, for equipment?
I have literally the Morning Star and my armor. That's it.
How the fuck you eating and sleeping?
I sold my
you-
rations. I have my tools and that's it. But
You sitting on the
kinda
ground?
foraging. Yeah.
Alright.
I was like, I know I didn't add a 0. Because I was sure we talked about it. If you want me to cut that in half, I can.
I'll think about it.
Okay, I really don't mind. I'm gonna give this kid as much money as I can. So
Smokes pulled out 31 gold for the lass.
Voleth will take out his 9 gold.
The family's pooling their money.
Yeah.
Before we go about spending money on this, we could theoretically get them into it. It's less comfortable, but it is also a safer bet, and we don't have to worry about cost of living in the future. We could smuggle them into a crate or something that they would then pack onto the ship.
I appreciate your thought, mister. But my 2 youngest siblings were barely done nursing when my mom left. I don't think they're really going to be quiet.
you would like to smuggle 8 children into a crate.
That's understandable. Well,
That's your
I
plan.
mean, smuggling into a crate, normal things. Don't worry about that.
How about okay, so Volof's background, he's like a folk hero. Could I convince maybe use the convince like a captain or someone to
That would be
take
the
the course?
sailor background typically,
right.
but you can
Sailor.
absolutely try if Catherine allows it.
Let me look at the actual definition of the text. Since you come from the ranks of the common folk, you fit in amongst them with ease. You can find a place to hide, rest, or recuperate among other commoners. They will shoot you from the law or anyone else searching you, though they not risk their lives for you. You could potentially speak to get a. If you went to whatever dock you were trying to send them off of, I would say you would probably be able to speak to the dockman and like maybe get a lowered price.
All right, nice. Could do that. I don't think we'll be able to smuggle them, but we could see if we have all the gold we have. If we could get a reduced price, we could set them sailing.
That sounds good to me. I don't recommend smuggling anyone, let alone a bunch of children.
So
Is the party
Alright.
in agreement?
Smokes is good with paying their way out of the town. Yeah.
Pepper is silent, still with the dagger up.
let's just gonna look at the dagger and back to the girl. Let's go see what your siblings think. If you want, we can all come, or just
I think I would rather just go talk to them myself.
That
People
sounds
don't
fair.
really care for adventurer-looking people in town.
Then go about it. Leave me here.
She kind of steps away and she's kind of staring at Pepper with the knife again. There seems to be genuine fear in her eyes now. She realizes she has a way out. That doesn't involve losing her hand. She kind of darts back down the path. With briefly mentioning to you guys, she'll be back in a little bit.
I'll be back.
blah, blah,
Pepper
blah.
will put the dagger away slowly. He doesn't want to frighten her.
Well, there you are. Party
okay.
successfully did not chop a child's hand off.
There is always cat.
All right.
I am grateful.
Me too. I'm like rolling d4s to see like, hey, what about this idea? What about this idea? Then I rolled a 20, like a d20 to see if he would pay for draft dodging or like just to get out of the country. He would.
That's valid.
It's our time.
I mean, it's not illegal to leave the nation.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. I mean, also, if they're going to draft her, what's to say that once her siblings are old enough, they're not just going to draft all of them anyways?
They would.
Mason, oh my god.
Do you want me to cut the gold in half, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about it. Trying to sell stuff in a wartime economy does not give you that much money.
All right. Oh, I still 150, so I will.
I promise, don't worry, you'll get your money.
I know.
Or
that's
maybe
fine.
it would
That's
result in
half
crazy
the reason.
inflation.
I will probably give the kids 100. Just like bring myself back down. I was gonna give them until I only had like 50 left anyway.
Fair.
Broke.
We have begun the moral dilemma.
Pepper is not contributing.
I know.
Naomi is not happy with the army.
Y'all ready to
we
get
all
into?
just kill Sam's character when he comes back.
To be fair, again,
Um,
he's not part of the military. He is a employed courier working with them right now.
like a freelancer, I guess.
Yes, he's a
maybe.
contractor.
Yeah, so we don't have to immediately go all cops are bastards on the guy.
Not yet.
And also, we're working for the government.
Well,
True, you guys do be military contractors right now.
We are.
Yeah.
$20 is $20,
Yeah.
okay?
yeah.
Yeah, so don't kill Sam's character.
As far as I'm concerned, this is my first actual oh, this is what the military does? Huh. Rude.
Oh,
We
Pepper.
draft dodge and kill bandits. That's
Do you want to
about
know the fun part?
What?
Aspari is actually pretty draft laws. If you were in Darna, she would have been taken by now. As with the 12-year-old.
Oh, no.
Y'all ready to be living in Darna?
I am so ready to be.
You know what? I mean, I don't think they're about to draft a goblin, would they?
No, they're not going to draft you because you're going to be adventurers. They don't draft adventurers. I'll tell you this because it's pretty widely known. Adventurers are recognized as special citizens, so to speak, in Darna. It's a very respected profession, so they get exemption from the draft.
They
Bullshit.
probably get paid.
But
for
you
it,
have
so.
to be.
Is that kind of like
You ha-
the military paying mercenaries to go into a foreign country or something?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are being hired to be spies. So
Nice.
going into Darna and becoming adventurers, you are presumably going to become Darnesian citizens, so to speak, or be given papers. You'll sign up to become adventurers. You have to pay a sign-up fee, so to speak. But then, so long as you check in with a guild hall every year, you'll remain registered. You don't have to go fight in the war.
At this rate, we're gonna go broke
Nice.
before we get there.
Yeah.
Pepper won't.
It's for a good cause.
Yeah,
I'm starting to kind of regret giving all the money back to the pie shop people.
You
I
can
don't.
presume probably your employers are going to pay for the joining.
Yeah. Well, we are going to get paid a decent amount when we deliver the
What
letter.
you guys need to figure
Yeah,
out, though,
once.
is your team, is what your adventuring party name is going to be.
Uh,
Because you have to sign up with a registered name. Would you like me to read you the current name or the current list of the, so to speak, top 10 adventurers?
Highly
Yes.
Suspect
Yes.
2.0.
I swear to
God.
That was a great name. That was a band. That's why I came up with it.
Oh, that's good.
Also, because half of us were wanted.
Yes. Or we're wanted.
All of us, technically.
We're vibing. So the current list on the guild's board of distinguished adventurers includes Honors Wing, unofficial top of the list. They're not actually an adventuring group, but you kill 2 ancient dragons, you're probably going to be pretty popular. Top of the list, Battle Brand, the Hell Brigade, Last of Poncia, Phobia, Polarity, the Scorpion, Friends of the Woods, Hale and Company, the Danrin family, and the Unfortunate. So you can kind of just do whatever you
added
want.
the Brady Bunch in there.
I mean, that's
Just
basically
out
the
of
Danrin.
nowhere.
That's basically the Danrin family, to be
All right,
honest.
well, I'm glad.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're fun.
Yeah.
You kind of get to fuck around, have some good times with it, pick something that's exciting, that's going to be stuck with you, potentially when you make your way to the list of the distinguished adventurers.
The Caped Baldies.
No.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. We're just taking a
No.
Yeah, none of us are. None of our character. One of our characters? I can't remember what everyone's characters are. I think we're mostly dudes at the very least, though.
This is a sausage party, I think.
Yeah, we're all.
Okay, so yeah,
There's the
we're
name right there.
League of Undistinguished Gentlemen.
The League of Sausage.
No.
So many penises.
Yeah. The eclectic dick. The eclectic.
Laughs in Centaur.
Yeah.
No.
This is an elvish. Yeah.
FYI, not yet. Ferb killed me when I actually read it.
What was it? Fights in Gamo, hisses in elvish? That's what I called it?
Fights in Gamo. His.
Well, we got a lot of time before we get to our final destination, so we got time to
You do.
work out the name.
Let's just call the
Um,
party the final destination.
You know what we could do?
We're gonna be killing lots of people.
No, we're the final countdown, so every time one of us dies, we're counting down to the end.
Ah.
Ah,
Jeez.
What
Would you
about
like to
Parties
know?
are called Queen.
Would you like
Yeah.
to know a fun fact about one of
Absolutely.
number 10 on the list, the unfortunate. Their little blurb is this party seems to have terrible luck. The running tally for the number of times someone in the party has gotten cursed, and this is a 6-person party, it's at 76.
oh
They have been
my
adventuring
God.
together for a little under a decade, but they keep getting cursed.
76.
How are they still alive?
They
Just
have,
walk past them, they're like Fey touched.
They have
They
a
just
very
use
good
all of their
cleric.
spell slots on
They have,
remove
like,
curse.
branches growing
Pretty
out of
much.
them.
They're vibing.
A
Some of
curse a
them have
day
probably
keeps
gotten the news from the
Celestials
time
away.
they get because they get really dumb curses.
Hmm.
Such a fun little tidbit. Okay, back to it.
Yeah.
You guys kind of are you doing anything? As you're just vibing in the road, waiting for her to come back?
I guess we're all just like
just
counting up our
imagine-
money.
I just imagine we're all spitballing names. Like the girl's gonna come back to us being like, "League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the Eclectics," and she's like, "I don't know if I want help from these people anymore."
She has that many other options.
Yeah.
That's kind of good. I like
Oh
that.
God.
What? What happened?
No.
Happy few?
Oh, we happy few.
Get
Yeah.
copyright striked in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
Victory meat.
I'm just gonna say, if you guys show up to the guild office with papers and say your name is something dick related, they will turn you down.
Damn.
That's why we have to be subtle.
Anyway, Pepper's just gonna be petting his cat.
Fair enough.
I just imagine Pepper just standing there while we're all spitballing names, and Pepper's just like, we happy if you. And that's it.
2 dice.
He would have said it in Minotaur.
Oh, damn. I would have known Minotaur if I could play my other character. Oh, that would've been great. Yeah, playing Artyom.
Poor Artyom died
Yeah.
before in his prime.
You guys wait maybe about 10 minutes, and the girl returns to you. She looks a little lighter, as if a great weight has been lifted from her shoulders that is not her actual hand being gone. And she says to you, I think that would work. How do you think you would get us out of here?
You'll come with
I
us
mean,
until
we're
we
in a
get to
port
the
town, right? How about a boat?
It's not really like
It's a fishing
shipping
town.
town. It's
Yeah.
fishing, yeah.
I was gonna
Though-
take them up to.
We'd
I'm
have
sure
to
they have a
walk back to
port.
Cecilent.
We can go forward to.
No.
The
What is
shipping lines here are
that?
not completely accurate. They're kind of just the main ones.
Persit.
It might be a boat that goes to Cecilent though, and it goes from there.
Is that Persit?
Persil, yeah, where you're
Persil.
heading. Persil here. Persil's on like this side of the continent, but there are like harbors on this side. So you think theoretically a boat could go from here on Persil by the border up to like Shiradran or Kittadonk.
Okay.
I like
Kitty
that one.
Donk.
Thank you.
That kitty donk.
Reminds me of an NPC I have called Reginald Von Donk.
Cat cam.
All right,
Can't.
what's the plan? The girl is kind of watching eagerly at you guys to see what you're gonna tell her to do.
Do you believe we can get a boat from here that's big enough to get you across to the Pavian Isles?
I don't think so. We just fish. We don't really go too far from the shore.
Maybe Persil would be a better bet then. They have larger harbors. Might be easier.
Okay.
Didn't we get a map? Like an actual map?
Yeah.
I'm presuming one of you has one.
Okay.
Yes.
Pepper, if nothing
Does
else.
Pepper have it?
Yeah.
I don't have one in my inventory. I probably would have sure grabbed it whenever I was traveling around.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I would say, the party has at least.
Perhaps we should look at the map and see if we can find any towns that perhaps would have a larger. Trying to think of a non-offensive way to say, like a bigger
It's not-
dock. something that's not going to just be.
I don't think that's offensive.
Well, it could be if it's like if something
In the,
like
in the
doesn't
fishing
smell
town.
like fish. Was what first thing that came to mind.
So, the maps that you guys have are maps of the ring. So most of what's listed on the maps are the cities that are like actually on there, not the ones I've added in.
Mhm.
But there's little like dots to mark like other locations. So Terran, there's a little dot for Terran, and one you can reason is for Alcote. And there's a couple more kind of scattered up the coast. There is one noticeable one like right up here on the edge by Purcell, another one's kind of further down.
We're in Alcote, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This man's.
Well, why don't we just walk to the nearest port town that's big enough to bring them to the Isles?
Over here, yeah. Because going backwards would we have time, but is that really what we want to do?
And that goes towards the capital, where the military men are coming from.
I don't think that they'll stop children.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to recognize them if they're just on the road.
Probably
Especially-
not.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to stop children with adventurers.
Potentially not.
Potentially. They
Probably
might
not.
question it, but we are officially contracted.
Keep in mind, if you guys head back to Cecil, 5 days back to Cecil,
Oof.
and you have to get to Purcell in the next week and a half.
I don't think we have enough time for that.
We have literally just enough time.
I don't want to risk that.
We have
I
enough
mean,
time to
really,
get
it's
to Cecil
it's a week and 2 days.
and then back to Alcote. That's all we
You really have about 9.
Oof.
We
Okay.
have
And you'd be
almost 9 days
carrying, you'd be bringing like 7 kids,
Yeah.
8 actually.
And Pepper.
Does,
Yeah, going
does
back.
anybody know of any like larger port towns around the coast?
I have never been this far.
Pepper,
Yep.
also let Voleth do it.
Yeah.
And Smoke,
think
since
Smoke's
you guys
in
came down this
Voleth.
way.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let the 3 of you do history.
History check.
History. Woo!
Nat
do we got for
20
that?
plus 3.
Oh,
I
the
think
one
they
that doesn't
win.
care and probably won't share.
I got 16.
I got an 18.
All right.
Yeah.
All 3 of you are aware that there is so Purcell's over here. There is a rather large dock right here on Docktown on the edge on the coast. Technically it's Chevalian. But it and Purcell are, pretty close. So you could know there'd be one right there for you. That would not require going back to Cecil.
There's a dock. Chevelle. It's in Chevelle. They should be able to get you to the Pavian Isles. No problem.
Well, go pack your things.
So how long of a walk will that be?
It'll be about the same as getting to Purcell.
Alright.
So a few days.
And then maybe another half-day trip from there to going back.
And I can carry the small ones.
And she kind of looks at you and says, "So you take us there?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of us are.
We're
pulling
heading there
money together
anyway.
for you.
Or at least near.
Yes.
Mhm.
It makes
Can you
feel good.
Can you keep us safe on the road?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure we can manage.
Oh, trust me, they can. They're quite
looks at
powerful.
Blood-covered clothes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Do you have like a wagon or a cart or anything?
No, we don't really leave that often. They took the horses ages ago.
Uh,
Well, I
Well-
suppose then we're gonna have to walk for now.
It's
until we
it's just
find
the, it's just the 2 youngest that aren't very quick.
I can carry them.
She's kind of thinking for a moment, kind of just trying to get the game plan together in her head. She says, "If you guys want to come back to the house, I can let you stay here tonight, and then we can all set off tomorrow, so I can have some time for us all to pack and then write some letters to Ma and Pa."
that
If it
works.
won't,
Sounds
cause problems in the town,
Sorry.
I'm okay with that.
No, I don't think so. If I tell people you guys are okay, they might listen.
Ooh, before we head there, let's wash off down by the water. So we
I'm
look
not
more
covered in
presentable.
any blood.
Samesies.
I'm probably not covered in that much because mine is more like choking rather than actual cutting. But
Right.
Sure.
I definitely hit a few guys with my sword. I should probably be wiped off.
I impaled a man.
I mean, I was also covered in his own.
if need be,
Oh, yeah,
most of
mine
us
too.
could stay outside.
We have room for everyone. We have a big house. I'll just bring you in through the back door.
Much appreciated.
Right.
Of course,
Well.
you're helping us out quite a lot. Thank you.
No problem. We're happy to help.
All right, who's taking a bath in the
Milady.
ocean?
Pull
Oh
off.
God.
I will. Yeah, I'll clean my clothes.
I think Smokes is probably gonna. Smokes is gonna tend to it too.
Smokes is
probably.
covered in his own
None of
blood.
his.
Is
I-
Volath
the
supposed to be the
wounds.
He-Man?
I don't know.
I
It's just
mean-
a video I saw on Imgur that I thought was funny.
I
It
fucking love
probably
that
is
video.
not. It's probably pretty close, you know. Besides, like the bowl cut.
Oh God, I
just
love
feel like
Voleth.
Voleth is gonna have like some of the bigger kids on his shoulders. He's gonna be like lifting them like weights, like as we
That
walk.
sounds
He can carry 6 whole children.
He can carry like
Right.
2.
I got 2 shoulders, 2 arms, and 2 legs. Just grab
Yeah.
on.
Oh God,
Pepper
I'm
can
thinking.
hold a collective of about 300 pounds on him.
So you can carry like 4 kids, not
Yeah.
comfortably,
See-
but you could.
I think I do get like a bonus.
Yeah, you have a carrying capacity for large creature.
You also,
yeah.
you know, the girl is 16. Her next oldest sibling is 12, and she has 2 younger siblings who are just barely done nursing. So that leaves
Scarf into a little baby pouch.
that leaves 4 children unaccounted for in terms of height and weight.
Well, 2 or 3 can be carried by, or 3 or 4 can be carried by Pepper, who offered, and then
Mhm.
if Volath is up for it,
Yeah, I'm
carry
fine
one.
with
may.
carrying someone around.
We will have to find ways to keep the children on the centaur. Because children don't like to stay in one spot.
Right.
True.
Don't suppose we could find a saddle that would fit Pepper, eh?
I don't suppose. So look at Pepper like.
How old are these?
I
Are these kids we're
weigh
talking about?
nothing. Do you mind if I go up there too? Keep them stable.
I mean, maybe like the smallest kids we can just carry, and then like
Yeah.
the slightly older kids that can at least like maintain balance on a horse can ride on Pepper.
I mean, Smokes probably has experience with some toddlers, so he can
Yeah,
probably help
Smokes
with
is
that.
our ace in the hole here.
Smokes is the party dad, literally.
True.
Oh yeah, Kat, did Joey ever tell you about my funny little centaur idea
I don't know if they did.
with saddles?
I don't think so.
Okay, well I'll tell you about it later because it makes this conversation hilarious.
Okay.
It's a centaur with a saddle, but like the saddle is on their front.
Kinda, it's complicated. I'm not going to say it because you're recording.
Do you want me to pause?
If you want.
Okay, I'll pause.
All
I
right.
feel very uncomfortable with the energy we've created.
This is a
it's
very
perfect time to keep
uncomfortable
recording.
atmosphere.
Like,
So-
that's valid. You know what?
Oh,
Moving
yeah,
on.
Cam.
You would
Yeah,
be you with centaurs.
That was
Everyone
centaurs.
click
That's
him.
like, haha, it's funny.
Okay, Cam. All the cats
Oh,
moving.
no, she's
Cats
leaving.
moving.
Kitty!
Oh no, she
Bed
left.
cam. Cat bed
Bed
cam.
Cam. Bed Cam.
Oh.
Bye, Cat.
Cat bed camp.
Hold on, wait.
I rolled a
Cam.
cat troll 20.
Ah,
Put him to
alright.
But yeah, that was my idea. That was a
Oh, yeah.
funny.
Kind of getting sidetracked here.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Alrighty, gang.
Are we recording again?
Yeah, we've been recording since the laughter. And
Okay.
after the whole leather comment.
Okay.
So we did not catch any of it. Don't worry.
Good. I don't want that on the internet. There's already enough of me on the internet on your channel.
Never enough.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about my drunken rants. All right.
I know. That your family got to hear.
My brothers were watching.
Alrighty,
No
gang.
shame.
What are we up to,
Alright.
gang?
Well, we
Go
wash
back to our
off.
house? No, wash off
wash,
first.
wash off and then head to the house.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys go down to the water, kind of making a skirt around town, I'm presuming. There are girls kind of lingering by the road to let you guys have your privacy as you go take your little baths. Tidy yourselves up. Anyone doing anything in particular with note?
Yeah, we're bathing. Sorry.
You know,
I'm
does anyone
sorry.
have any does anyone have any particular like skincare routines they'd like to share with the party?
Smokes, he has to be
Breathe
careful
out
with
upon
his
my
skin
enemies.
and use SPF and other sun-resistant ointments so he doesn't burn.
Very true, very true.
Honestly, Pepper's probably just gonna stick exactly one hoof in the water and then step back out.
Good
And-
enough.
Well, I'm gonna run up from behind Professor and just like cannonball in.
Don't spook the horse.
Would you like to make a athletics check
Sure.
to determine the quality of that cannonball?
Alright. This is my most proficient
And I'll make a
skill.
Nice.
check.
Damn, did I have to do acrobatics to make
Oh,
it pretty?
jeez, that's only a 13.
It's an okay cannonball.
Can I do a
Maybe not the
pretty
best
one?
form you've ever seen.
Like a pretty
Do I
dive.
not need the spook check? Because then I.
Would you like to try to do a dive?
I would like to do a
It's more like
very
a
pretty
grip shot.
dive.
You may do a dive into shallow waters.
Okay.
dive?
17.
It's very elegant, barely hardly any splash.
Yay.
Pell,
Small golf club.
Yeah. Holds up a 7.
were you doing a getting spooked check?
Okay, I'll do it.
We'll make it a wisdom saving throw.
Make it a wisdom save. Fuck. So with a +5 to my wisdom, that's a 6.
So in that one, Pepper, oh my god, someone is attacking you from behind.
Okay.
I cast catapult on the beach.
You all hear horse noises and the horse goes away.
This great thudding beast comes stomping past you and does an okay cannonball into the water.
And then horse noise and rearing back and running.
Oof.
Rest of the party, not Boleth and Jade, because you guys are currently underwater doing swimming.
Yeah.
Right.
Smokes
The
is
rest of
just
you-
the fuck.
Just
Pepper's
boys being
taken off in a
boys.
panic.
Just guys being dude. Just dudes
Distressed
being
horse sounds.
This dude.
3 guys in the ocean, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Socks on.
I mean, Naomi's probably
Oh,
a little
yes.
like bisexual, so
Ah, socks in
Jane's
salt
kind of
water.
Is, but it's kind of like pan.
Actually, Name is
icks
probably
me up
pansexual,
super
actually.
Bad.
Yeah.
Naomi's very pansexual.
Kind of bi, very pan.
Smokes is monogamous. Presumably.
You know what?
That
Quality.
is confusing about
Yeah.
sexuality, but great for like the romantic side.
It doesn't matter who you are.
So pansexual. And
No,
then-
it doesn't matter who you are because there's only one person for Smokes.
Aw.
Aw.
Wait till I kill his wife.
Yeah, but what gives me dick
Jeez.
hard?
Wait until the brothel shows up. I'm like, maybe.
Wait until he kills his wife. Got it.
Ah, Jesus.
Oh,
No,
jeez.
don't charm him and get him to kill people.
You know,
Don't give Kath any ideas.
I just want to say something.
PTSD is real.
Yeah.
I'm running a second campaign in the same setting, right?
Mhm.
There are some key plot things that are different between the two, just so I can keep them obviously different. One of the key things causing the war in that setting, is some supernatural entities that are doing like some mind control shit, and I'm just like, sometimes you gotta possess a bitch and make him kill a loved one. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
That party's
That's a
gonna learn it
tragic
the hard way.
backstory.
Like Heracles or Odysseus.
I feel like
Or
we have our
Joseph.
own things to learn the hard way.
Yes.
Or
You guys
Hal.
get
Oh
them-
no, not the knife of evil.
Or Scarlet.
You guys are getting the much nittier, grittier side of the war. That's not magic. It's just people genuinely hating each other. It's quite nice. Anyway, you guys get your little baths in. Pepper, where are you going when you're running away? Are you running back up the street to the girl?
Yep.
She
Don't
sees
try
you
to-
barreling towards her, and she's just like, "Oh!" Just makes like a little squeaking sound and just kind of freezes.
He just stops immediately in front of her, very obviously frazzled, and then he clears his throat, and
Are
then he
you
goes,
okay?
Yes.
Kerfuffle.
Um,
I
are you
am horse.
are you guys almost done?
I do not know. I get scared easy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The sight of naked men was too much.
Yeah.
Naomi will come up in his bathrobe behind. I have that. I bought robes specifically to have bathrobes.
Yeah.
I love the style.
I
Yeah.
love Naomi.
I love the harshness.
And just be like, "Are you okay, Dr. Professor?"
Are you okay, but the professor?
Dr. Professor.
Hey, don't blame him. He's been drinking.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh boy.
White Claw.
Oh, we love it.
Me at the bottle of wine in my fridge after this.
Oh my god, I have 3 bottles of wine, but
Actually-
I don't like red.
I think I have a bottle of champagne.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
Pepper's.
Most, maybe.
Ooh. Pepper's just gonna like turn to Naomi and give a nod and give Naomi a pat on the head.
Naomi will nod and pat Dr. Professor on the shoulder.
Cat is back.
Cat is back.
The horse
back.
shoulder.
Cat is-
Because
I was gonna
it's tall.
say,
I gotta set it up.
Cat. Cat.
like
Cat.
that's a good reach.
Cat.
Yeah.
That's a really good reach for
Like,
the.
top
You have
of
to
the-
jump
top
a
of
little
the-
bit. Ah,
you
cat
know,
cam.
with
Cat cam. Cat cam.
So give her a little scritch on the head.
He's
the-
back.
Oh, heaven!
Cat cam.
Scritch, scritch.
Oh, I
See if
miss
you'll do it.
Luca.
I'm 6'2", it's fine. I can still reach at least your
Yeah.
legs.
Oh,
You can reach the horse shoulder, yeah. So you give the horse shoulder that.
I do like the idea of Naomi just jumping.
Just jump
There
to
we
give
go.
the Centaur a single pat. Nah, he is
Kitty
gonna.
kisses.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Naomi's not gonna jump in bathrobes.
Not yet.
All right. I guess we'll all have to get out, dry off, and start walking up back to everyone.
Yeah.
Alright,
Smoke
Smokes,
has
Jane?
some common clothes.
Yep.
I think. So he's probably
We'll
wearing
follow.
those until
I have so many clothes.
Done.
All right, y'all get your after you're all tidied up, you guys head back up the road. The young girl whose name you don't know.
It's not necessary. Isn't it winter?
Yes,
Do we just bathe in a ocean in the cold?
it's temperate.
Okay.
I got
You guys
cold
are in this. You guys are in the center of the continent. Like the water's cold, but like it's
And
just
is,
you know, be like
Voleth
that.
Not
a Goliath?
hypothermic cold. It's cold.
I think Voleth is a Goliath. So he's
Yeah.
resistance to cold, I think.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Any particular you'd like to mention? Okay.
I'm rather partial to We Happy Few, honestly.
Thank you.
If you guys would like, in like the official game chat channel, if you guys just want to pop your names there, your ideas, we can just kind of keep a tally of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very important to keep.
Yeah, when you get back to it, just keep it the official game chat so it doesn't get lost up in general.
Yeah.
As you guys are heading back into town, the young girl kind of is leading you through some of the back roads. It's still midday-ish right now, so there's still people on about, but she seems to be pretty well versed in not getting you and not having people spot you too much. And eventually she leads you to one of the a decent sized house, kind of towards the edge of town. And she brings you to the back door and kind of opens it and says, "Here, this is it."
Shut up,
Alright.
mate.
Well, what does
Sorry.
it look like?
In character?
Just like in general.
No.
So the exterior is pretty similar to the others. It's kind of just worn white wooden siding. As you step inside or just peer inside, the house is very simply decorated. It's not like a hovel, but it's there's furnishings. There's you're kind of it looks to be looking into like a kitchen space. There's a wooden stove, a table with some chairs around it, some counters, some cabinets here and there. It's not the best stuff, but it looks well made.
Smoke
There's
said,
some
"It's my
little
homie."
dried herbs hanging from rafters. It looks to be like some embroidery kind of strung up here and there as decoration. Some little scraps of parchment with like charcoal scribblings on them, presumably from a kid, hung up on bits and pieces here. It's homey.
Yeah.
The girl gestures
upon
you guys to
entering the
come
house-
inside.
I think Smokes, upon entering the house, would immediately just subconsciously look around for kids under feet.
There's no kids immediately in the kitchen, but you step in, there is a doorway, presumably leading into the wider part of the house, and you see several little heads peeking through it.
Can the horse and the Goliath fit?
Yes.
We like
Okay.
scrunch it
You
in
have
here.
to duck. Volath, neither of your heads hit the rafters.
Dexterity saving throw.
But you would probably have to duck to get in the doorways. You sense that the kitchen just kind of gets lucky because it has a high ceiling.
Nice.
You're kind of ducking and dodging the raft. So you guys are inside. And you see the doorway. There's a collection of what seems to be 4 little heads sticking out from behind it. And as you guys step inside, and the girl follows after you, one of them steps out. It appears to be a fairly young boy, possibly the 12-year-old she mentioned. Him and his sister look very similar, though he definitely has just kind of a wide, childish look in his eyes. And he says, "Wow." He looks at Voleth, and the professor says, "You guys are tall."
Oh god, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
The halfling kids again.
No.
They're not as short as the halfling kid, but
That's not where
Yeah.
it was going. Jane's gonna walk up to the eldest son.
you're at
assume
eye
I have to
level with this
look
kid.
up. Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were gonna go with wow, you guys are tall, looks at Jane. You're really short.
As a couple more kids kind of creep in behind him, most of them are shorter than, they're all shorter than you, Jane.
Yes.
It's 3 other little kids, 2 more boys and a young. Oh, look at that cat! All right.
You like that?
You guys, they're lingering behind their brother, and the girl kind of crosses over the kitchen and kind of pulls them behind her, and she says, "Would you guys like any dinner, or I guess lunch?"
What time is it actually?
Like
Is-
middle afternoon.
Yeah.
Middle afternoon. Time for third lunch.
What are all of your names?
What about third
Like
lunch?
starting with like looking at.
Oh
the
no!
girl.
Don't ask me each name. Oh fuck!
Oh, caught the
Give me a
DM slipping.
minute.
Caught
You've
lack.
got
I literally have a
Dasher
thing
and
written down. This is
Dasher
half elven
and
children.
Donard
I'm
and
gonna write their
Blitzen.
names down.
No, I got you.
They're
Give
the
me a
7
sec.
dwarves, yeah.
I have a list. I didn't have it pulled out. Okay.
Have I knocked off like half of your NPC names?
No, I had like specific names.
Okay, good.
I need to pull them out though and figure out who's who. Okay. Oh God.
Here you go, Momo. Hold on. I don't have a hair tie, but you can play with this.
Screechies.
Okay. So. Oh God. Give me a second.
One.
This
Got
is what
it.
I get for saying they have so many.
Yep.
Naming each of them.
Imagine your players asking you what the characters' names are.
I had it prepared, but then I lost.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys don't talk to NPCs that much.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It'd be a real fun time.
Literally,
I know
none
the
of my
feeling.
players really talk to NPCs, and the times they do, they either, well, I'm not gonna say piss them off, but Mason's dead, so.
It'd be like
He
that.
started trying to extort people.
He said like 5 gold or something.
I think it was more than that.
I don't
I feel
know.
like it was a bit.
You had a lot more though.
Well, yeah, but that was gold I was saving.
It started off as free, and then you were like,
Okay,
nah.
So-
it didn't start as free though.
the girl steps up,
Yeah, whatever.
kind of gestures to herself. She says, "My name is Lynette." And she gestures to the young boy next to her and says, "This is Adon." And she pulls the 2 other younger-looking boys and pats each of them on the head. Said, "This is Funk, and this is Stu."
Funk.
Fonk.
Fonk.
It's FONC, but Fonk.
Oh, I did F1K. Okay. F1K.
She pulls the little girl over. This is Satra. And then the 3 youngest are upstairs. That's Lori, Mie, and Caro.
Smokes is going to give a nice wave and introduce himself. It's like, hello there, I'm Smokes.
Jane go.
Nice. It's nice to meet you guys.
And you as well.
Naomi's in the corner, kind of waves over, goes, Naomi, and just keeps going on with this routine.
Does a spin.
Valid.
Pepper holds out his cat. Oats.
The kid's eyes kind of light up as they see the one behind them.
How to
Particularly
bribe children.
Particularly the youngest little girl, Lori. Or not Lori, Satra. And she's kind of staring. She pipes up quietly, like, "Your cat's cute."
I know.
I know.
And he's gonna drop her, and Oats is gonna go for the kids.
And the cat blows
Oats.
up into fireworks.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
She does her little kitty cat pit pat on her way on over. Kids are, "Wow, can I pet it?"
And he nods.
And then the 2 younger boys and the little girl descend upon the cat and give her very happy pets and Lynette and Adon are just kind of watching on, like, wow, cool. They're too old for that. 16 and 12, they're big kids.
Uh-huh.
They're big kids.
Does Jane notice
After
that?
a moment,
Oh, sorry.
they're just not petting it. Pretty obvious.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I was gonna say,
Lynette is that's looking at you guys, and she's like, "Would you like any food? I have some leftover stew."
I mean, I have my own food.
Yeah,
Though
we got
if you have
plenty of
homemade
food.
stuff, I won't refuse.
I have some bread in the oven right now. So there'll be some of that with dinner, but we have plenty of soup. One of the townsfolk donated to us the other night.
Sounds delightful.
All right.
She
So,
kind of goes into a corner of the kitchen and kind of pulls up a little trapdoor, presumably the root cellar, and kind of makes her way on and down there. And as she's kind of down there, Adon is kind of watching you guys. He kind of looks at you, Jane, and he gestures to the chain morning star you have, and he says, "What's that?"
It's how I defend myself. Just gonna like shifty eyes it.
How does it work?
Perhaps when we're on the road, I can show you.
Are you guys really gonna take us north?
I guess
Yeah.
I'm party
Yeah,
delegate.
I think you're
Yes.
talking to him right now.
You're talking to the kid.
Okay. Yes. We're gonna head up to what was it? Chevel?
Chevelle.
Yes.
Shovel.
Shovel. I'm like really trying not to say shovel. I'm like, what is it?
His eyes
Chevelle.
kind of light up as you say Chevelle. And that's where my parents are. Maybe we'll see them up there.
Uh-oh.
Smokes help out.
Perhaps. And
A little help.
perhaps they can go with you.
That'd be really nice. I really miss them.
Poor Bola.
I'm sure. But if you can't see them, well, don't be too down. You'll see them someday.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mom and Dad promised they'd come back to us, and
What was his name?
Stan, Orphans of War.
Whose name?
I know the eldest kid is named Adon. Then there was one named Funk.
Fonk.
Fonk and Stu,
Stu.
Then
who are currently
Lynette.
petting. Lynette's the oldest. Adon is the one talking to Jane right now. Fonk, Stu, and Satra are petting the cat, and then the 3 youngest are not.
Lori, Mia, and Carol are upstairs, yes?
Pardon?
It's Lori, Mia, and Carol.
For what?
For the 3 youngest.
Oh yeah, Lori, Mia, and Carol. Yeah, sorry, I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Speaking Gablin. Okay. We should probably set out early morning so we can cover some distance. How does that sound to
Right.
everybody?
Sounds good. I don't know if we want to stick around here any longer than we have to.
Yeah, we should definitely by morning.
Yes.
I think Smokes is gonna pop his head down into the cellar and ask down to Lynette, "Do you need any help cooking?"
No, I have everything. Thank you. I'm pretty good at this by now.
Do you need
Very
help
well.
with packing then?
We don't really have much.
Oh, that makes it easy.
Then why are we leaving? Out of character. Why are we leaving tomorrow?
Shut up.
I think it'd be best not to
I-
have to sleep on the road with 8 children.
We're gonna sleep on the road with 8 children anyway.
Yeah, but if we
Yeah.
can reduce the amount of times we have to.
Give them the one last time, man, in the rooms.
Welcome to today's episode. The party becomes fathers.
Oh god.
Oh my god, was it 3 men and a
Co-parenting.
baby? But like
6 men, and 8 kids.
yeah.
Official party name is just the Dad
Our-
Squad.
Oh my
Party
The
god.
name-
Gaylords.
Can we-
It's just polycule.
What if we're actually called 3 men and a baby, but like none of us were there more than 3 men and no babies in the party?
Well, I mean,
Dungeons and
I
Daddies, y'all.
Dungeons and Dragons, yeah.
That's a good podcast already. I can't claim that one.
I still have
Real shit though, I'm hoping that Kath having NPCs for tavern owners or innkeepers. Every time they see the party, it's like, okay, we have a room with 1 bed if you need it. It's like king size. It's like no, we're all sleeping in different rooms. It's like
I have considered
okay.
doing that for my other campaign. So there's 5 party members in that one, and they're all pretty young folks. My idea is when they start getting into actual town, be like, I'm just asking like, so how many beds do y'all want? So just because it's funny.
It is
definitely not the first time that it's happened though. Like during the 24-hour session, didn't we all I think I paid for the room, but I slept on the roof or something like that.
I think
Yeah.
we slept all over the place, floor.
Yeah.
We had a
I think
couple
one
of
person
rooms,
got in
though.
trouble for being on the roof. I can't remember who though.
I think
it was you.
me. Or was it him?
Was it me?
I think it was Q.
Might have
I
been.
don't remember.
I don't know. Oh well.
But yeah, that was on the giant. That was on the inn
Yeah.
built into a colossus.
The
I think.
statue, yeah. Of the god or god killer or something.
Good times.
Yeah.
all I remember from the 24-hour session is that my players, one of them just straight up stole Tox, and the rest of them tried to waterboard a 16-year-old with vodka.
Wait, what about Tox?
Goodness.
It was the vegan robot guy who stole Tox.
Did he stole the I was gonna say, did he steal the name too?
No, I just have
Okay.
his character sheet because I was like, huh, you stole my friend's shit.
Yeah.
And
Gotta
he just-
say, on
awkward.
recording, before any of the changeling names came out, I came up with Tox. Official changeling name, Tooks. It's Tox with an extra O.
Got him.
I was like,
Cool.
motherfuckers.
Brag about it.
No,
Call the
I'm kind of
wizards. Get your
upset.
royalty.
Yeah. I can't. It's too different. Okay.
All right. So you guys, you call down. The kids are just kind of mildly enamored. After a bit, Lynette brings up kind of a little pot of soup. It was obviously kept in like kind of a cold part of the cellar or whatever. She brings it up, gets the fire on the stove burning a little stronger and starts heating it up. She says, "You guys can go take some seats. I can show you to your some rooms for the night. Once we're done with food."
That'd be appreciated. Thank you.
Very
Of
good.
course. She kind of goes back to her cooking quietly. The rest of the kids are kind of just staring at you guys now.
Pepper's gonna figure out how the fuck to saddle himself up without a saddle.
Blankets. Bedroll.
Yeah, but everybody's bedrolls are already on him, and he's kind of uncomfortable.
So, looking at the kids, Lynette obviously 16. Adon is 12. Fonk and Stu do not look too much younger than Adon. And they're a pair of scrappy-looking kiddos. Satra's a little younger. She's still got that grubby toddler look to her. You're not quite how old Laura would be. So you think reasonably these kids can probably walk on their own for the most part. Maybe Satra would maybe need to be on a horse. Maybe it's one of the younger ones.
The
Sweet.
one time I don't get proficiency in cobbler's tools.
And if they don't leave too often, they're not gonna be able to walk for like 8 hours straight. That's
Yes.
gonna be the issue.
So he
I
doesn't
mean,
need
we
to
can
saddle up too hard.
alternate.
But
Just
yeah.
like
You could probably get away with like alternating kid is on.
Okay, yeah.
we have enough strong people to carry him.
All right, I will figure out exactly later how he's going to rotate that shit because right now
That's
my
fair.
COVID brain cannot think.
We will probably end before you get out in the
Well, yeah.
Well, we got a whole month after this session figured out, so
And we
Sad
have 2
face.
weeks to figure out a name.
yeah.
Well,
I gave my list.
we probably I said we probably won't play on the 20th. Just because I'm driving Joey up to the cities on the 21st. So yeah, our last game. This is probably our last game of the year, guys. So
Yeah, last game of 2020.
alas.
Fuck 2020.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I think I'll pass.
Honestly.
2020 would probably give me crabs or something.
So,
All I
No,
gave you, that's
it
like,
would give
that's
you
mild.
COVID, but the STD.
So as you guys are standing about doing your thing, eventually as Lynette gets the stool heated up, a very nice smell starts to, kind of fill the little house. So the kids kind of wander off. You hear playing sounds from further in the house. And Annette, after a little bit, serves you all pretty hearty looking bowls of soup. It's kind of just like I guess not really soup so much as is more of like a chowder, because it's very fishy. Those of you who eat it, it's very good. It's maybe not the most complex flavor you've ever had, but Lynette, she's not gonna be picky about it, seeing how it was given to her by someone in town.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine Smokes is like adding salt and pepper to his.
Oh yeah, I have pepper.
Yeah.
My man
Oh,
literally
yeah.
eats grass, so this is fine.
Smokes would probably pull out the pepper, like do one of those things where it's like wave it under the nose, like good stuff. Just offers it around, see if anybody else wants to try some.
Jane will take a little bit just to like show the kids it's okay, and he'll nod at you like thanks.
Thumbs
Naomi
up.
tries everything.
We can fall off. He's not even gonna bother with the spoon, and he's just gonna like grab the bowl and just down the whole thing.
Slurp.
One
It's
big
quite
slurp.
good. It makes your belly feel nice.
Ah,
Well, yeah, a good chowder. God, I haven't had chowder in years since the accident.
it's
I
not
used to
going
like.
into detail.
Is that why you're a vegetarian?
That's what I tell people. I'm a vegetarian since the accident.
Yeah.
It's funny to talk about it at Walmart and sometimes about it. So you guys eat. Lynette kind of turns around the kitchen. She seems to be not really collecting their belongings. She doesn't seem to be interested in the kitchen gear, but she's more trying to grab like scraps of the embroidery, presumably made by one of her parents. Kind of just settling about. She's very quiet. She's not really talking to you guys. There's kind of a somber look on her features as she's preparing to leave her childhood home. While the other kids maybe don't accept it as much, you get the idea that Lynette is aware she's not.
Oop, you cut out.
Where she's not what?
Coming back.
She's not going to be seeing her parents again.
Aw.
Oh. Stop putting
Aw.
bites in your cat.
No, I'm trying to get them out now. Now I put them back on.
Oh my god.
Oh.
All right, y'all doing anything in your evening hours? Getting out, seeing the town, getting stared at by the townsfolk.
She's holding it.
I think if Smokes does anything, he'd probably hang outside and just look up at the sky for a bit.
That's fair. The stars are very pretty. Or not
Sad
the stars.
music playing in his head.
The sunset's very pretty.
You hear Yellow by Coldplay playing.
And it was all yellow.
Yeah.
Pepper's gonna go out and bathe by himself and try not to get spooked.
You are able
Oh,
to
no, there's a
successfully do
fish.
so. Free.
Jane will help around, help Lynette around the house with whatever.
All right, Lynette puts you to work, kind of grabbing things from places she can't quite reach by having you jump up on chairs and whatnot, even though she's taller than you.
I can. I'm acrobatic. I climb.
Yeah, you're
Jane
dexterous.
just wants to feel included.
Yeah. Jane has nothing else to do, and like he's just gonna keep the kids entertained because this is all his idea, and just kind of dragging everyone along.
The younger kids, the three younger boys, Adon, Funk, and Stu, the three of them kind of wander out into the square towards the middle of the afternoon, towards the evening, and they're playing with like a little, so, kick it around, some football, vibing. I don't know what a fantasy soccer ball would be, but
It would be
I
a
don't know.
fantasy soccer ball.
Like a stuffed leather bag kind of thing that they're kicking.
It's
like
a
a
burlap
good
sack
letter.
with like something in it.
Basically, it's
I-
vaguely circular.
Rubber's been around a long time. Could still be rubber.
It doesn't
I don't
really common in this setting,
It's a
especially for
ball.
some work. It's a ball.
Yeah, it's
The
some
make
sort of
is-
ball.
The make is
Before-
irrelevant.
Before they
Um,
leave, can Jane say like, hey, you probably don't tell anyone that we're gonna be leaving town.
And Ayun said, "Yeah, Lynette told us.
Okay.
What the fuck?
We don't want people trying to get in on our vacation."
Yeah.
Yeah, does anybody need? Olaf can offer to go into town if somebody needs something. Since I would assume, since I got the folk hero background, I could at least go into town and buy stuff if we need to.
Yeah, you're charming enough that people would not be.
How is Smokes' arm? He's probably going to test it a bit.
Still a little numb.
Hmm.
I think Smokes would ask was it Voleth who was going in?
Yeah.
I think Smokes might ask Voleth to pick up a few daggers or a few knives for him. Or
Alright, I can do that.
Or a crossbow of some sort if you can find one.
Ah, sure thing. You might have to spawn me some gold because I don't have that much myself to pay for it.
He'd probably hand you I don't know, how much is a crossbow? I don't
only
even know.
have- I only have 9 gold, so that's probably not enough to buy.
It depends.
Probably
on
not.
the DM.
I think most crossbows can get up to like 75 gold or something.
Yeah, light
Crossbows
crossbows, 25
are
gold.
75. Heavy, I think, are 50, and light are 25, I think.
Yep.
Hand crossbows are pretty expensive. It's kind of weird, but whatever.
It's because it's small, Mister. What?
Nothing.
Insert penis joke. Yeah,
It's-
yeah, we get it. It's not where I was going, Spider.
Well,
How much
got-
gold do you give me, Smokes?
I think Smokes is gonna hand you like we'll say 50 gold.
Alright.
This could be a lot of crossbows. Like
Seeing
20.
Smokes look at his arm still, Naomi is going to ask well, Nim's gonna look at Smokes and go, "Do you want me to look at that? I am a cleric. I might be able to do something for it."
If you think you can help, go ahead.
And I wanna look at it
How long-
first.
how long?
I'll let you do a medicine check.
I think they're less
It's all
risky.
healed up. Like there are probably
Right.
scars and stuff on it, but it's not like there's any open wounds.
I rolled the
No,
same
it's,
thing as last time, so I got a 15.
Yeah, the condition of being
So-
numbed.
Kind of looking at it, you kind of see where the scar is. And arms are finicky things. You can kind of reason based on where Smokes was hit. Probably nicked the nerve, bruised it. I don't know, finagled with it in some way that's not ideal. And his arm is just kind of still trying to figure out what's going on with itself after a bit of a jolt. You can reason it'll probably go away within the next couple days.
I don't know much about magic with this stuff, so. Well, I know it, like I've learned that like magic heals wounds. I'm probably just gonna look at it and go, I know you're not really injured, but I'm gonna try something. And I'm gonna actually spend a third level spell slot and cast Healing
Ooh.
Word and see if it does anything at all.
Interesting. Go with your healing word.
I know most healing magic doesn't. It won't replace lost limbs or lost body parts.
Yes,
so
you
I imagine nerves count.
Smokes. You feel that
Well, they're not lost; they're severed.
when magical healing is kind of cast on someone, I think the way that feels can vary person per person. Like, different clerics have different ways of that energy management. Naomi, how do you think your healing magic would feel on someone? Right? Is it like warm sunlight on them, like being splashed with cold water?
No.
Electrocuted.
No.
If
I
it's
gotta
anything
think
like
here
a
because
death knight, it's like
this would be
getting
interesting.
torn from the cold cesspool of death.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not gonna be.
It's like-
It's not negative,
like
but it's
flu
not
malice.
positive either. 'Cause
I
it's a
heal
very
enemies to make them afraid. It's amazing.
very middle ground. Um.
Like being EKG'd?
Well, no, it's one of those because of who I follow.
I mean, it's fair.
Versus the way I also want to heal people.
Mhm.
So it's I gotta think of in this moment.
It's like if someone stuck an ice pack on it.
It's
Maybe
almost like a numbing feeling, so it wouldn't change anything. Like it takes away the pain, but it also kind of brings in a calming sense as well. Like it's a mixture of I don't feel this anymore. It is numb, but I also feel like it's going to go away at some point. It's like
that's
a
fair.
reassurance
It's
versus
like a wine buzz on meds.
yeah, basically.
That's fair.
I don't think it was hurting him, like
Right.
causing pain. It was just like I couldn't feel tips of his fingers, sort of thing.
I'm aware.
I can't think
I'm
of anything else besides wine buzz on
what
meds.
my magic would be at this point.
Fair enough.
Naomi, you want to check your presence?
Do what? Oh, okay.
So you cast this.
It's cat cam, not twirl cam. Stop it, Ethan.
You do your business. Smokes.
Fair.
You don't feel particularly. You don't feel worse.
Huzzah! That's always a benefit.
Good enough.
Any change in the general sense of feeling in the hand?
Not really.
Worth a try at least.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. It's I was hoping it might do a little bit more, but it is what it is,
Yeah. If it doesn't go away, I'll at least have a good excuse to retire. Finally.
Oh well.
Alright.
I'm going to head back to the house for a little bit. Unless we're in the house. I'm gonna go back to the corner.
Wait, we're in the house.
I don't know where we are. I just went over to him.
Smokes was kind of outside.
Cool.
He was vibing outside.
Alright.
Probably blowing little smoke monsters for a bit.
Bugs.
right, was Voleth going shopping?
Yeah. If nobody else wants anything, I'll be heading into town then.
All right. You kind of head towards the main square. People kind of look at you a little bit, but they aren't like, "Oh my god!" As
Not
you head
covered in
into
blood anymore, so.
Hey, it's that guy. I know him. He saved my village.
as you head in, you spot a kind of what you spotted before. What looks to be like a door. It seems to be the most by way of like specific shops that aren't like food related.
All right. Guess I'll head in.
All right. The general store is a simple place. It's not very scarce. There's not particularly a lot of stuff in here. You probably reason at this point pretty safely that Alcode is not the most well off of places, all things considered. So the shelves are pretty bare. There's some collected foodstuffs here and there in jars and cans. There's some general like some I don't know like fake some words general like simple clothing stuff. Some fabrics and some tailoring supplies, some very simple, like farming and fishing tools. You find a set of two knives, that appear to be more used for like skinning game, but they fit nicely in the palm of your hand. You don't particularly see any crossbows.
Is there a merchant or a shopkeeper in here?
There is a halfling gentleman behind the counter who looks up as you enter, but he doesn't say anything.
All right, I'm gonna go over and ask if you got any crossbows in here.
Kind of looks you up and down, takes in that you're not a local, and says, "Afraid not."
Are those the best knives that you have?
We ain't got much need for anything better.
I see. How much would those be?
He looks at you and says, 10 silver for the pair.
That's a steal of a deal. All right, I'll take those two knives then.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Don't think so. No, I guess I'll head back.
All right. You guys, you head back. Is anyone else doing anything particular with the rest of their afternoon before dinner time?
Hair braiding.
Ooh,
Fishtail.
very classy.
decided-
Smoke. Oh yeah,
decided to
Smokes
take a nap.
probably had to undo his hair when he went and bathed.
Probably yes.
So he probably just tied it behind his head, with just like some string or rope or whatever.
Fair enough.
Pepper's got his red band that he uses for his hair tie. It's a
Very
funny
fancy.
horse joke if you know anything about horses.
I don't. Horses scare me.
If you put a red band around a horse's tail or around their mane, you're labeling them a kicker.
Okay, that's funny. Now, question is, do you think that kind of like horse language exists here?
I don't know. That's why I was like, haha, funny joke.
I'm not sure. We'll think about it. We'll get back to that in the future. All right, so you guys kind of go about your afternoons. It's quiet. The kids kind of play here and there throughout the house. After a little bit, Lynette brings down. First, she brings down one pretty young-looking infant, and kind of has a little thing of formula that she's feeding it with. She's vibing. And after a little bit, she goes and takes that kid back upstairs, brings down another one. And she's just quietly going about her chores. And eventually, when dinner time rolls around, she collects you guys and then all of her siblings. One of the younger ones, Lori, shows up. She's she's around the same age as Satra, maybe a little bit younger. And she kind of gathers you guys around the kitchen. and dishes out the last of the chowder from before alongside some bread that's been baking in the afternoon. It's a simple meal. The food's not terribly complex, but the bread's good. It's warm. It's filling. You guys are kind of eating, and you watch the kids. The younger ones are kind of fucking around with their food and playing with it. The kids are surprisingly well behaved, all things considered. They're not like screaming or throwing fits. They're all they're hanging out, having a good meal together as a family, minus their parents.
Ouch, my soul.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Just oof. Damn.
All right.
At
Y'all
least
doing anything
Pepper's
else?
good for babies.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give Smokes back his 50 gold pieces. And the 2 knives.
Much wow. Lots dagger.
Yes.
Thanks,
It
Boleth.
didn't have a crossbow, but these are the best knives that I could get. They didn't have too much in the way of weapons around here.
Yeah, I didn't really expect that, but some knives are better than no knives.
Alrighty. So when dinner is done with, Lynette shows you guys to kind of a side room. There's not really beds here. She's kind of just like, I don't really have a place for you guys to sleep per se, but it's dry, it's warm. Sorry, we don't really have any beds.
I don't use the bed anyway.
This is more than enough. We appreciate it.
I'll have everyone ready to go in the morning.
Woo.
If you need anything, I'll be upstairs in the main room.
Alright.
And then she quietly
Do you
takes your
think-
leave of you.
We should have someone stay on the front, just in case the guard come at an inopportune time, to make sure that we can get everybody out of here sneakily.
I mean,
I can handle that.
I was gonna say Jane's small, but yeah, go for it.
Smokes is basically invisible, so
True.
All right.
All right. You guys settle in and get a long rest in. Not Jane. Smokes. You want to make me a perception check because you're kind of watching on guard, so to speak.
indeed I can. I imagine Smokes probably sat somewhere where he could see but not be seen.
I'll be honest, you were probably just sitting in front of one of those.
Oh, yeah, probably. Just like, I don't know.
Or just kind of quietly pacing around the house, keeping an eye on all the entrances.
Yeah, let me find my perceiving stat. What was it that it was something about the trolls. I can't remember what it was, but it was Ethan trying to find something.
The pocket.
Prison wallet.
No, it wasn't a prison wallet. I think it was a perception check of some sort, but I can't. He was trying to find something. That's what I remember.
No, the prison wallet thing was you saying you're looting, and I'm like, the old empty
Yeah.
bodies. It's like they don't have pockets. They have one. The first
Yeah,
three
I think it
that's
was
not what
something
I'm talking about, though.
about forgetting what the troll was or something.
Oh, the poop
I don't
joke.
remember. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. 19 perception.
All right. You notice nothing throughout the night. The town is very quiet.
Good. That raccoon didn't come back or follow us.
As far
I
as you
swear to God,
know.
I'm gonna eat it someday.
It
All right.
rolled 20.
I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna serve it to 10 people.
And that is where we'll end for the evening. Good job not cutting a kid's hand off.
Yeah, thank you.
It was,
I'm so
it was
proud.
pretty close there, but we managed to hold off.
I kept
Professor.
rolling a d4. I kept rolling until I finally got the last idea. It took so
play my
goddamn
character.
long.
I play my characters to a T, and I hated that Pepper was so eager to chop a kid's hand off.
It's like,
You know what, it'd be like
playing
that.
Naomi, I was like, I can't stop you. If the child wants this, technically, conviction.
And I'm just like, oh god, no, somebody find a solution. Somebody find a solution. Somebody find a solution.
Okay.
Catherine,
For
guys
some reason,
did
I
good.
lost audio.
Spot on.
anything important to say before I stop recording?
Do you guys like any of the name suggestions that I threw up?
I haven't looked at
Um,
I have nothing key to
Besides
say.
cat.
we will not play the 20th. Our next game will probably be the 10th of January. So a little over a month from now.
Damn. Okay.
Just so I
I
can
pers-
get my stuff done.
50
I still
Shades
like
of
We Happy
Slay,
Few.
really.
Listen. Let me have my names. Alright. It took me forever to come up with...
Actually, hold the phone. We would play the 20th, but we're not playing. We would play the 3rd, but we're not playing. So actually, our next game will be the 17th of January.
Good.
Following the schedule. If I
Fuck.
feel like it, we might play Sunday the 3rd. I have to check my schedule and stuff like that, but I won't promise it, but it's a possibility.
Sounds
I'm just
good.
happy to be playing a game again.
How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Doing my best.
What's a Kinbrae?
I'm vibing.
Kinbrae.
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 What's Kinbrae?
It's just the
That's-
name of the islands.
But
Alright,
I just
what
put it
the-
into 2 words, and like, because kin, we are kin.
Oh,
Kin.
yeah. Kinbrae is the name of the rings,
Hmm.
or it's just kind of the Kinbrae ring, kind of the general.
Oh
area.
no, I have a better idea.
We're Bay.
Ray.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hey.
I got this.
There.
We're O'Reilly.
Breaking and entering.
We are
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
Auto park.
O'Reilly.
Yeah.
I like a cuddle of papas because a cuddle of pandas is what you call a group of pandas.
That is a very good answer. Plot twist: you guys get to Bristol and just decide to keep the kids.
Oh, no.
You just have
Take 'em
8
with
people.
us.
You just have 8 children. They all become party members.
We just
They
all
have like a
retire
collective
simultaneously
like
and become
5 hit points.
deserters.
Take it from me. I have 3 children in a different game. Don't do it.
Oh my god.
They're monks. They're not horrible, but they're not good.
I
They
think
die.
if you
only-
want a baby, you want it, or like a child, you want it to be a barbarian, because then it can actually like defend itself.
The only child I want in the campaign is Matt in Zach's game because he's a baby crab man.
True.
Even though he's like a teenager and he smokes weed.
Well, Scarlett's pregnant, so I guess that counts as a kid.
You'll get there.
Scarlett's pregnant with now a child.
Yeah, now it's a
Before it
child.
was a slod.
Yeah, before it was like a slot and it was gonna kill him, but now it's actually actively a fucking child, and he thinks it's like literally a duplicate of himself. Spoiler alert, it's him and his husband's kid.
Well, yeah, you're half Fae right
Ooh.
now. You're half.
I
Satan.
know, and I love it.
I'm glad.
You know, y'all just need to pick up like no, it's someone along the line. You guys stop by like a brothel, or one of you has a inopportune hookup, and then halfway through the adventuring, a woman just shows up and is like, "I want my money for."
A man shows up. It's like, look at our child.
Oh
That's
god.
Look at it.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Naomi's quite
Okay,
attuned
but-
to brothels.
More importantly, I'm just hoping for us to be walking along and all of a sudden someone sees Pepper and is like, Dad? Turn around.
I can't remember if I made Pepper a virgin or not.
You go to a brothel, roll an STD check.
Ethan,
Yes.
fun fact: when I had Veer leave Joey's game, me and Joey have been joking that when she leaves, because her husband's been bugging her about kid number 5. So me and Joey joke that when she gets home, they'll actually get to it. And we rolled to see because she's already had a set of twins. And we rolled just by chance to see what she'll have this time. And this poor fucking woman's having triplets now, so she's
Oh,
gonna have
no.
8 children.
Oh no.
Like she's not gonna be an active character anymore, but it's just nice to know that rest in peace, this poor woman.
What was she again?
She's gonna be busy.
She's a drow woman, but her husband's a Goliath.
So you could say that 8
So she's
children,
vibing.
when she came back home a few years later, could possibly be the children we just picked up, considering they are half elves.
Shut up. No, they're not.
Well, they're not half Goliaths, thankfully,
Yeah.
and
As far as you know.
these kids appear to be
Sounds
half
like that,
sun elf because they've got like the dark skin and like the high elfin features.
Oh, okay.
Veer's a
And not
drow.
white hair.
Yes.
I had to try for it.
I just find that very amusing.
Yeah.
Rest in
that
peace,
is-
her. But you know what? Now you guys just have 8 kids yourselves.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. You know what? Fatherhood. It'll treat some of you better than others.
Yeah, especially in the
All right.
with killing.
Anyone have any other remarks?
Nope.
I did
Alrighty.
write it down. Pepper is a virgin.
Rest in pieces.
He's 67 years old.
He was
Oof.
hung like a horse. You'll find it
Oh
someday.
no, not appropriate.
Oh,
That's
you made a spit roast joke.
I know. I'm joking.
it's funny too because Keith.
Yeah,
He's
Keith is
vibing.
the best.
Fuck
All right,
you.
gang. That's all I have for you guys tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Any closing remarks?
Good
I
job.
love the campaign, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sad we won't be playing her till next year.
I'm sorry. I have to take Joey to the hospital.
It's okay. I fully understand because it's time for Joey's big moment.
Yay.
Yes.
Happy times.
All right,
Like,
gang.
I will gladly skip it. I'm just sad.
I'm sorry.
I need to ask Joey what. Actually, I don't want to ask Joey. I would probably just rather ask you. Do you know what Joey would want for like a yay gift?
Tea.
Tea.
Hmm.
My dad
Get,
has a
like,
tea
some
company. I can
good,
give him a lot
like-
of tea.
Good, gentle herbal tea.
I already have a whole tin of tea that I'm going to give them.
I think they will very much need some.
I will give lots of tea.
It has an herb spice that I can't pronounce in it.
I mean, that's a lot of teas. I feel you.
Is it turmeric?
What does it
It's
say?
like-
No,
I
I
hate
mean,
turmeric.
it's incredibly common, and it's in Fireball whiskey, and I can't say it.
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
cinnamon.
it's just cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Okay. I was gonna say like
Cinnamon.
allspice. I don't know if there's allspice in there.
Cinnamon.
Min.
You
Cinnamon.
know, it's a fun phrase.
Samarin.
Cinnamony.
I can't say it, and I refuse to say it in front of you.
That is fine.
It's okay.
Very well.
We'll get you to say it next time you're drinking Fireball.
Shut up.
All right. Have a good
All
night,
right,
everybody.
You guys have a good night. I'll see you
Ta-ta.
someday.
Yeah, eventually.
Good night.